Hey, beautiful people. Good evening, Obodo fam. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, guys. How's everyone doing? Thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Saluting you all, my returning subscribers. If you are just joining us, thank you very much for being here. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. It's Thursday. Today is the 6th of October. Like joke. This year is gradually, slowly but surely coming to an end. We thank God for life. We thank God for good health. I always salute to. I salute everybody. I see you all. I heart you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thanks for being with us tonight. So tonight, the topic that we are going to talk about is slightly controversial. Yeah, it's one of those topics that people usually take sides. Like people will have their own, bring their own values and, their spirituality, their beliefs into the subject. So it's kind of it's going to be a little bit controversial, and you all know I don't like hiding in the shadows by not having an opinion. I believe as a human being, you should have your own opinion, irrespective of whether it is popular or not, whether people agree with you or not. Your opinion is your opinion. But then again, opinions are not facts, right? There are facts and there are opinions. And usually the things that forms our opinions are life experiences and the things that we know or the things we think we know, what we've been through, what we've seen people go through and things like that. Nature, nurture, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I have quite a lot to cover, so I'm just going to get right into it. I see everybody. I appreciate it. Welcome. Please give us a thumbs up as you come in. The story is about Mercy Aigbe, the Nollywood Yoruba actress. I think she does a bit of the English movies as well, but it's mostly Yoruba movies that she does. You all know her very well. She's a Nollywood actress, lives in Lagos, Nigeria. We did a couple of our videos not too long ago when we were talking about how she became husband, what they call it. She became a husband. Is it husband snatcher? We will call her, or we'll say she became Boko Boko when she got married to her friend's husband, a woman that has taken her into her home, introduced her to her husband and everything. She decided that that was the man that she wanted now. And I think we talked about her quite extensively here because I felt like, she left her own husband saying that the man was cheating on her, only for her to come and become a side chick, basically, wife number two. The irony of it all. So yeah, and the funny thing about today is Asiwaju's birthday. Okay, today is Asiwaju Funsho. Her birthday is today, and her her strange husband was wishing her happy birthday. You see how funny. So I went to her page to congratulate her because I follow her, and I wanted to wish her a happy birthday. So I went to her page. Guess what happened? All her fans, because this matter happened yesterday, what we're about to talk about Mercy and her family, the drama in their family, that the sister is calling out the mom, saying that Mercy and the mom stole her glory. That's what we are talking about today, right? But I wanted to give you guys a little bit background to see how God, sometimes things just happen and you are like, oh, this is poetic justice. It's just so sweet the way things just align sometimes. So I'm sure people were saying to Funshaw that it's double celebration for you today, oh sis. God is disgracing all your enemies. The people that want to, the home that you built over the years with your husband, the person that wants to come and scatter your home, God is not smiling at her today now. All her family dirty linen are being washed in public. So Kazim was not left out. He decided to wish his wife or his estranged wife, because she says she's no longer with him. She doesn't want to be with him. She doesn't share. She doesn't believe in that, polygamous situation. But this is what Kazim did. Adeoti decided on his page to say, Happy Glorious to you, beautiful. Wishing you the happiest of the brightest day ever. God bless you, my darling Arike. Even has pet name for her, Arike. Oh, Nigeria, online in-laws, they are not in. When it comes to this polygamy of a thing, you see the same way that Yul Edochie has been getting it hot, hot. This is the way that Mercy Aigbe and this her snatched husband has been getting. And people are like, she's your Arike, and you decided to do this to her. You broke her heart into pieces. Like, you literally shattered this woman's world right under her. Married another woman who was her friend. So, I mean, social media in-laws and online in-laws were not smiling at that. So her birthday is today. Yesterday, she posted some pre-birthday pictures. You know how people celebrate their birthdays these days, a few days to your birthday. If you've done a photo shoot, you want to post some pictures showing, just showing appreciation and, celebrating on your social media. And this is what she did yesterday when the news broke. So people were so happy that, Mercy, the person that doesn't want your home to be settled, see how God is showing them pepe. There is fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. Anyway, happy birthday to you, Ashiwaji Couture, our darling sister. I wish you long life, good health, and prosperity. Your light will continue to shine brighter and brighter. I pray that the Lord will give you peace in the whole of this situation. I know how, this has been really hard for you. But on behalf of all my Voodoo fam, we on this platform, we support you 100% because we believe that if you have labored, then you should enjoy the fruit of your labor. No woman has the right to come and enjoy where another has built, where another has labored. And we also say it categorically on this platform that anyone that wants to, to enjoy on the tears of another woman would never have happiness. Kunshekbi is a reality. It might not happen now, it will happen then. And I will link it also to what is happening to Mercy Aigbe's mother now, right? Unfortunately, her sister has brought their family out, her mother and all of them. So happy birthday, my darling sister. God bless you. I pray that God will keep you, protect you and your children from glory to glory in Jesus' name. Adafunyo, your joy will be full. The Lord will wipe away your tears. It is not over yet. It is not over. So there is, if someone doesn't physically or even spiritually, you just leave everything for God. God has a way of fighting for people who don't talk. Like this Ashiwaju Couture. She doesn't, since this incident happened, she just issued some statements and that was it. She didn't say anything. She didn't engage in any drama or anything because she's not a social media person she's not here for the drama. Okay? So what I was saying to when I was praying for Madam Funshaw that karma, it comes full circle. The story that we are talking about today is the story of Mercy Aigbe's sister. So this is Mercy Aigbe's sister. Apparently, they say she's a medical doctor, 50 or 51 years old. I think she celebrated her 50th birthday last year. Okay. Now, what people are saying online is the fact that Mercy Aigbe, I think the time that the story of Kazim marrying her, when it broke, people were saying that exactly this was her own mother's, lifestyle as well. That the mother is, led this kind of lifestyle whereby, going to all the men that have money, she'll marry this one, marry this one. So the house that we are talking about now, that this Mercy's sister, the senior sister, who is a doctor, they say she don't raise down the house, don't put fire for the house. It was her newest husband that she has a son for that gave her the house. She inherited it from her Mercy's stepfather. I don't know how many husbands she's had though. So you see, when I was thinking about it before the show, I was like, could this be karma? Can this be karma? Maybe we are not even looking at it from the right angle. Maybe we are just looking at it like we are looking at it from the angle of siblings, rivalry, religious manipulation, mental health. Some people are saying that maybe the sister has mental health. Maybe she has prophet and prophetesses that are giving her message. and all that. Yeah, this lover said it that the mother scattered other women's marriages in her time, right? Ruthie, thank you. Yes. Some of you follow this lover, so you know. Mercy had to be begging this lover to remove hand from her matter. Yes, this is the story. It runs in the family. Mm, Owu ìyá gbọ̀n lọmọ rán. Yeah. So, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that, oh, it's spiritual manipulation. Maybe it's real. Maybe it actually happened. Maybe it didn't happen. But me, I'm actually thinking this might actually be karma. It might just be karma. This is another angle that we need to, we need to zoom our touchlight to see can it be karma. Okay, let me first of all give you the background of the story. What happened, right? So yesterday we did our own JJJ. As a matter of fact, I was going to do another story. I wasn't even going to do this story. This is not the story I wanted to do yesterday. I set up another story to do. I just say make a check online. Gang, I see say they say this is what is going on. I was like, what is going on here, my people? Mercy Aigbe'S senior sister. That you are seeing on the screen now. This is the senior sister of Mercy Aigbe. Okay, they say she's a medical doctor. She's the one who, her name is Dr. Patience. Yeah, that's her name. Dr. Patience Aigbe'S. She's the elder sister of Mercy Aigbe. They say she waka carry herself with her two left leg. In fact, according to the story, say if won't delete the mama self, not be only to just burn in household. If you won't delete the mama self. They say if I try to say that he go fair delete the mama. So she's alleging that this Mercy and the mother, she said, especially her mother, he said Mercy mama na winch. He said na winch be their mama. She said her own mother. They have the same mother, right? She said her own mama na winch. All right. We'll go say na come away go gym. See, this life, just do the right thing. Don't hurt people. Do your best to not to hurt people because you don't know what will happen in the future. Sometimes you don't know. Karma is very, very real. Oh. It is real. Okay. So they are dragging all of them now. Okay. So they say the house is around the Mokuola Street, opposite Anthony Village Recreation Center in Lagos. And according to the eyewitness, they said the sister, this Dr. Patience, let's just call her Dr. Pat. Yeah. She said that the mama no pay debt of 800,000 for her, that she took a loan of 800,000. And she accused the mother of not helping her to pay it, and she's been playing favoritism. Mercy is her favorite child. So she's saying that the mom has been playing favoritism. So there's a lot of learning here for you that are mothers or aspiring mothers and fathers, why it is not good for you to, even if you have a beloved child that you think that you love more than the rest, showing your children that you prefer one to another, it can really destroy families. It can ruin relationships. Very, very terrible. So, according to eyewitnesses, they said that this Dr. Pat said that now she go use only her hand like this by the mama. So when she waka go the mama house, go meet the mama for house, mama know the house. But I say they say the mama don't, maybe the mama don't fair here say this. I should say not be today now. You know this kind of issues, they're always recurring. It's not yesterday. So she left the house. They said she was maybe in Mercy's house or somewhere. I don't know. Now she come, the demo. Say where this woman where be witch when take my glory. Go give her favorite child, my younger sister. So she's saying that her younger sister Mercy has inherited her glory because her mother collected her glory to give to Mercy. And that's why Mercy is more successful. She's shining. She's out there on she's popular. She has fame, she has connections or whatever. She's marrying plenty husband, you know, plenty things. Okay. But before that time, interestingly, there was something that this Dr. Paj wrote on Facebook. Yeah, she wrote something on Facebook. Let me show you. Because I was looking into it earlier on today because I really, really, I was reflecting on it. Because when it's not the first time that I've heard this thing that somebody's saying, you collect my glory. You collect my glory. So when I saw the story yesterday, the first thing I did, I asked my husband, I said, because he's very spiritual, much more spiritual than me. I said to him, come and see what I'm seeing. No, somebody is accusing the mother of collecting her star or her glory to give to the younger sister. Is it possible? He said, well, he's heard about it before. And that when it comes to spiritual things, it's quite possible. You never rule out things because this world is more spiritual than physical. And don't forget the story of Esau and Jacob. I'm going to touch on that very briefly because it's easy for us to just discard things. If you are not spiritually inclined, you can just look at it and say, it's jealousy, it's envy. But there is a precedent for it in the Bible. And that's in the story of Esau and Jacob. You can actually transfer, because from the story of Esau and Jacob, we saw that the blessing that was meant to go to Esau was transferred to Jacob. And incidentally, it was their mother that played a role in that. Their mother played a role in that. Let me just explain that now before I read what this woman had written on Facebook earlier on. So the story of Esau and Jacob is in Genesis. We see it. Those of you who are Christians here, I'm going to sound a bit spiritual tonight, please, because this, like I said, this is quite deep. It's very, very deep, and I want to look at it holistically from all angles. So we saw that story in Genesis chapter 27, when Jacob was old. And according to their tradition, is the first son that should carry the father's blessing. So he said to the son, who is Esau, to go and make a meal for me. Let me bless you. You all know the story. We don't need to recount it. But it's in Genesis chapter 27 from verse 1. As a matter of fact, the blessing itself is in Genesis 27:27. If you read Genesis 27:27, you will see where Jacob started blessing Esau. And started blessing, what's his name? Jacob started blessing, what's his name now? He started, is Esau and Jacob, right? What's their father's name? Trying to remember their father's name now. He started blessing the younger son. Started blessing the younger son. Instead of the blessing that belonged to Esau, everything went to the younger brother, Isaac. God bless you. Isaac is their father. Isaac started blessing. If you read Genesis 27:27, you see the blessing. He basically carried all the blessing. Isaac carried every blessing that he had. He gave it to Jacob. And by the time Esau came, he said, oh, and he realized that he's been tricked. He said, I've already given the blessing out. And that one was saying, please, whatever it is, Father, give to me. Whatever it is, bless me too. He still blessed him. But if you're a Bible scholar and you know the story properly, then you will know that the generation from Isaac, it was Jacob that carried the family's name. He carried the blessing, he carried the generation. And I read somewhere, I think I highlighted it here because I wanted to share it with you guys. I read somewhere there, in verse 41. I was reading that bit of it, and it says that Esau now hated Jacob. He hated him because of the blessing that the father had blessed him. And in his heart, he was like, you this man, you this my brother, one day I will delete you. And because the mother, again, who was scheming this whole thing, don't forget that it's the mother that is behind it. And that's why I say we need to look at it from a spiritual angle as well. Maybe we'll not just say, I'm not saying that she's a witch, or I don't know that I'm not in their family, but I'm just explaining, that we have antecedents in this matter. The mother had to send Jacob away. He said, He say your brother, now your mother still here say your brother the plan say if I catch you, I will delete you. And then she sent him away to go and be with her brother, Leban. Mm, yeah. So there's a lot of problem there with favoritism. There's a lot of problem there with favoritism. Okay, let me carry on. I'm giving you historically, you know, the spiritual angle of it. In case anybody is wondering, is it possible? How is it possible? Well, we have an example in the Bible. It happened in the Bible where blessing was transferred. The person that was supposed to have the blessing didn't get it because they used dubious mean. Okay? Mhm. It's not totally different. Okay, I'm just going to concentrate on what I'm reading. Right. So the sister earlier on had gone on Facebook and wrote something. He called the mother out. Mhm. And she said, my 50th birthday celebration last year on my mind today. The picture below is a classical depiction of one surrounded by, she said, surrounded by decadently first class, first degree pretentious relative. She's talking about her mother. Let me put the picture. This is exactly the picture. Yeah, that's the post. You can see her name there. So I'm just quoting her. And this is how she described her mother. She says she's a wickedly deceptive mother with inborn satanic evil greed. And she said, and on my right, talking about her sister now, Mercy, is my younger sister who, out of love for money and worldly lust and pride of life, attempted temporarily, and she put stole in brackets, my divine destiny in her myopic, inglorious foolishness. She didn't know that microscopic portion of the devil can afford to steal for her is useless, and to her internal shame, a very short while. Hmm. You go see, saying a very intelligent person. She dey speak the big English too much. And she said, looking at this deceptive show of love and lying appearances, no one can ever know, in capital and exclamation mark. Both of them are church goers. And some know, as they go to church, they are also well known in the kingdom of darkness. Ha! Now the year matter, she gbọ́ràn. She went on to say, my prayer henceforth, Daddy God, I'm tired of these two burdens. I'm tired of being sentimental. I'm tired of hiding my pains with smiles. I'm tired of understanding that they will repent and they will continually take me for granted despite the long revelation from the Holy Spirit of these household principalities and an evil personality. Hmm. And she said, Abba Father, remember me. Isaiah 45:11. So that was what she posted on her Facebook. So you can see that not be today. She was doing reflections on her birthday from last year when she was 50. And she posted a picture of her mom, herself, and Mercy Aigbe. And that was the and this picture I assume was taken during her birthday because you can see here that it said Dr. Pat at 50. So it was a year ago. All right, let's go on with this story of you stole my glory, you didn't steal my glory. My glory was switched. My mother is a witch. Because if what I was thinking is that okay, if we as Christian agree that there are spiritual things beyond physical explanation. For instance, witchcraft. Hmm? How many people believe that there is no witchcraft or that there is witchcraft in plenty? Some people believe, some people don't believe. Okay, but that one day. So the angles that I'm looking at it from, when I was looking at this, I'm looking at it from, first of all, the one that I've already broken down, the religious or the spiritual angle. Is it possible to switch people's glory? Is it possible to take somebody's glory? Is there witchcraft or there's no witchcraft? Oh my say there is witchcraft. Okay. Ah, everybody's whatever you believe, whether you believe you don't believe is okay. That's your personal belief. It's got nothing to do with don't forget that this is not about you or me. So let's not try to internalize this. We're talking for learning because there might just be somebody out there, who will learn something, especially when it comes to the issue of sibling rivalry, favoritism, parents who show, now this one I like pass. Ah, Omo logo, this is the Omo logo. The other ones have to worship this one. Remember again, if you want to look at it from a spiritual angle, when Joseph had a dream and he said to his brothers that he explained the dream to them that all the stars came and bowed down to him. Remember what they did to him because they interpreted it that he that was the most junior out of them, that was the last born, favored by their father again. Again, there's a lot of favoritism in the Bible. You can see again that even that one, the father favored him. Again, that was problem. And then he went and started dreaming again. Joseph alala. Okay, some people are for and against. A lot of people in the comment section are saying they believe. Some are saying they don't believe. But yeah, there's someone like you now is saying that, I repeat, switching destiny between siblings is quite common. Let me take some people that don't believe. Some people don't believe. T says, Auntie B, I beg to disagree. No, you don't need to disagree. You just need to form your opinion. T, okay? So you don't believe that it's possible to switch destiny. Okay. This is my current situation between myself and my older sister. Okay. So someone like Omoti and her husband don't believe. Some people believe, some people don't believe. That's all right. Okay. Right. And Lucas here said that my late husband told me people collect other people's destiny. Okay. I've seen a funny one, though. Let me give you guys an example. This issue of the collect destiny, not be today, oh. BO say you can't switch. BO doesn't believe that you can switch people's destiny. Okay. Right. Okay. Ice says, not true. No, not true. These are mindset they use to manipulate people. That's your personal belief. But I just gave you an example in the Bible. The one of that I just gave you an example. How come is it a mindset? How was Isaac able to transfer the blessing from one child to the other? Can you explain it? If it's mindset. Okay, let me go on. I think you already know where I stand in this, right? Okay, but let me continue. All right. All right. Henry is asking, was the Bible manipulated? Yes, because I gave you a classic. If we are looking at it spiritually, and I understand it's not everybody that's a Christian here. I'm only talking to people who are Christians here, and it's not every Christian that believes. Bo is a Christian, he's a Catholic, and he doesn't believe that you can switch destinies. That's all right. To everyone their own belief. We don't need to agree on this. But I gave you an example of Esau and Jacob. How was their father Isaac able to transfer the blessing of the senior to the younger one? How? How did it happen? Okay, so BA, is good that you made this point that switching of destiny and blessing are different. However, witchcraft is real. That's a very good point because I was just going to say it. Switching of blessing, switching blessing from one person to the other. Anything that is done by God, the enemy always tries to duplicate in the kingdom of darkness. Okay, the only difference from my own personal understanding, what I know is that God is not a God of evil. He does good. But the enemy will always replicate or try to duplicate that in the kingdom of darkness, which is always evil, because there is no good in the kingdom of darkness. But we are not here to preach today. I'm not taking it from you, BO. Hold your opinion, I will hold mine, okay? I don't need to take your opinion today. Everybody should hold their opinion on this one. Your opinion is valid, Bio, but I'm not going to accept it. Mm, okay? I believe that spiritually, because of this example that I've given, whether it's switching of blessing, whether it's transferring of glory, because you can even interpret it the same way. And I'm not saying this is what happened between Mercy and her sister. Oh, please. I don't know them. I don't know them at all. I'm just talking generally now, broadly. Okay, we're going to come to the issue of Mercy and her sister in a minute. But I'm talking broadly. Transferring blessing, switching glory. What's the difference? It's the same thing now. What someone has, you give it to the other person. It's the same. It's the same. Whether you say it's transferring or switching, it's the same. It's basically exchanging one for the other. So it's the same. If we are saying that, like the examples that I gave, that Isaac took the blessing that he meant to give to his oldest son, who should have inherited the blessing by tradition, and through the trickishness of his wife, Rebecca, because she favored the younger son, Jacob, and Jacob took the blessing, then it's the same. That's switching of glory. Okay, let me move on. So, we talked about mental health. I'm going to talk a little bit about that because what happened was that this Dr. Pat, when she finished doing the what she was doing, when she went to the mother's house after she finished accusing the mother of all the things that she said the mother did or didn't do. Let me show you the video. I have the video here. They called the pano pano. Mhm. They called the pano pano to the place there. When she finished doing that, she handed herself to the police. She went and handed herself over to the police. Can you believe that? So this is the place. That's the house. Okay. So I don't know what she's going through in her life. I don't know if she has a happy life, if she's, settled, if she has a good career. They say she's a doctor. I don't know, maybe in a hospital, private hospital, uh, and all that. Sam, me and you usually disagree when it comes to church matter. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that other people don't have the right to believe in it. Like this statement you made now is like somebody that was talking negative, saying something about Catholics the other day. If somebody who attend MFM is here today now, this thing you said will be offensive to them. Let's try to keep it respectful, please. Don't impose your own belief on other people. That you don't believe in pastors or churches, let me put it in quotes, or deliverance, all those things does not mean that it's not real. You are not more right than the other person. It's just about individuals. Somebody came the other day and said that Catholic, the prayer they are praying is not effective. And a lot of people were offended. I don't want that to repeat today. So say your own point without trying to offend people who attend churches like that. Okay? We don't talk about churches. Some pastors who behave, exploit people and all that. Yes. Okay. So is it rivalry? Sibling rivalry? Jealousy? Yeah, don't mention churches, Samuel. Thank you. God bless you. Mm. Is it rivalry, sibling jealousy? Is it because Messi is famous? Is it because, she's well known? Is that why the sister is jealous? Do you think this is jealousy? Or do you think that the mom actually played a very active role in this favoritism? That is the part that me, I'm very, very, I'm hammering on that because I know parents sometimes when you have a child that looks like you or act like you or they follow your footsteps or maybe they listen to you. Maybe they listen to you. Maybe they are doing everything the way you want them to do. And you have some that they are not following your footsteps or they don't listen to you. They are rebellious and things like that. The tendency is there for you to prefer one to the other. But let me tell you something. As parents, the danger is if your children know that you prefer one to the other, you made a big mistake. You made a very big mistake. Titi, I've been seeing the comment that you've been making. I chose not to read some of those comments because, okay, let me just leave that. But this is what you said on this comment. You said, Jacob did something that provoked Isaac blessing. and it's not switching of destiny. Parental blessing is important. For her tirade on social media, you will know she's not in good terms with her mom. Jacob did something that provoked Isaac's blessing and not switching of destiny. He didn't do, Jacob didn't do something that provoked the blessing. He blessed him. It's not just something. You need to go and read that Bible verse again. Genesis 27. It was a well thought out plan. It didn't happen accidentally. Jacob didn't just do something, or what's her name? His name, Isaac. It was not accidental. He knew he was getting old. And according to their tradition, you need to give the blessing to the senior son. And this is what he planned. And that's why he told him to go and bring go and bring food so that he can pass the blessing on to. It has spiritual meaning. It's not everybody that will understand it, but that's all right. It's not everybody that will understand it, but I know what I'm talking about. It wasn't just doing something. What Isaac did was releasing that blessing of his generation upon Jacob, who stole it. He stole it because it didn't belong to him. With the help of his mother, he stole it. Okay? So that is my own personal view about that. I'm going to leave that alone and continue. So the final part of it I'm going to talk about is people are saying that sometimes when people go to spiritual churches where there is prophecy, this is when they tend to come up with these ideas. So when things don't work for them, they start to say, they took my glory. You took my glory. You took my blessing. I would really love to have people who are spiritually inclined to come and talk more about this. If you are a very spiritual person who believe that anything that happens in the physical must first be settled in the spiritual, then I like to hear from people like that. If you don't have any belief at all, then I don't know. It's okay. Everybody to their own, to their own thing, right? So some people are saying that false prophecy, that when some people are struggling in life, when children are struggling, some are successful, some are not successful, that there are some altars that you will go to, they will tell you that your mother is a witch. They will tell you that your sisters have taken, or your siblings have taken your glory. Some people are, you know, they are putting it in that. They are saying that this is what happened there. So these are all the angles that we're looking at it from. We're looking at it from the spiritual angle, mental health, sibling rivalry, jealousy, parents' favoritism. That's a big one for me. Is it prophet and prophetesses, seeing visions and dreaming dreams about stolen destiny? Is it entitlement? These are all the questions I'm asking tonight. Because at some point in that story, I was reading that Dr. Pat was accusing the mother of not paying off a debt for her. I'm wondering, kí ló fẹ́ fà yẹn? Did you work in your mother's pocket? Why are you expecting your mother to come and pay up your gbese? And it's not small gbese, it's a lot of money, you know. But I think this is an ongoing thing. They've had issues for a long time. Okay? They've had issues for a long time. I don't know what happened in their family. Every family have their own drama and all that. But according to Jeans Lover talks say, not be today this matter don't dey on ground. Like the neighbors are well aware of what is happening in the family, right? Mercy Aigbe'S is the favorite, is their mother's favorite, and I'm sure that these other siblings know that she's the favorite. She's also the one that, you know, Gist Lover is saying that has the mother's lifestyle. You can see that the mother was very beautiful when she was younger. You can see they look alike. To be honest, even with the sister, she looks alike with the sister as well. They all look alike. They are very beautiful women. Beautiful women. Yeah. So these are all the things that we want to look at. And at the end of the day, it's all towards learning. Please keep that at the bottom of your mind. This is all towards learning. What do we learn from this? When somebody will just come and say, my mama na winch. And this is not to say that you know, it is not possible for people to have mothers. And mothers are lovely people. God bless mothers, but not all mothers are mothers indeed. We all know, we've had people who've come here to share deep, very deep personal experiences of how they've been treated by their parents. I'm not saying she's a wish, or like I say, I know they their family. Whether she be wish or not, it concern Dr. Pat and Mercy. Whether I carry Dr. Pat glory, give Mercy, it concern them. You understand? But why would this woman, a medical doctor who obviously went to school in Nigeria, qualified to be a doctor, why would she say something like this, coming to social media to say, my mother, na Winch? Why? Okay, I'm going to take your calls now. Don't talk for 40 minutes. I'm tired now. Okay, Jumi, you are my first caller. Please, the link
Auntie B,
is
good
in the
afternoon.
conversation. Use it and come in. Welcome, Jumi.
Good afternoon, Auntie B.
Hello, sweetie. How are you?
I am fine. Today is my birthday, first of
Hey,
all.
birthday to you. You and Ashiwaju, you have the same birthday. Wow.
And I used to be very lucky. Last year, I remember you had a show as well. I call in.
Oh, fantastic. Lucky girl. Many more
I
happy
know.
returns in good health,
Thank
yeah.
you. Amen. Thank you. So, about this story, Auntie B, I want people to know that we are all different, and we all have different experience in life. The
Hmm.
experience I have might be different from what like many people. Definitely, we cannot have the same experience. And if somebody come out to say this is my story, we don't have to like water it down or say, oh, this is not possible. She's the one talking, and for me, I think this person is not an illiterate. She's
Yeah.
a doctor for like. So let's connect this story to that Annie Dibia story. You remember when Annie said Annie's brother came out that he was the one that she was the one that introduced him to drugs.
Yes.
You it's almost similar, but we know that man is total totally entitlement from his own side. He has no job, he has
Mm-hmm.
wife, he has children that the lady was taking care of. So for this one, I want to kind of believe a little bit. I don't have that experience. I have a very good mother. That will not make me to say this lady's story is not right, because I'm looking at she's very literate. For you to become a doctor, no, it's not a joke. So I believe it will have been so many experience, maybe while they are growing up and all of that. I wouldn't just want to say maybe only mental health or maybe she's
Mm-hmm.
lying or anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone that had a life. To be a doctor is a whole. I mean, she's well read, so I won't want people to say, oh yeah, maybe she's lying. There might be where she had added one, two. Mama, thank you. There might be places where she has added one story to the other, just to come out and say, yes, now finally I'm speaking out. This is what happened, And again, she might also be wrong to think like, oh, me that I'm a doctor, I'm not famous, I don't have money. My sister that does not even go to school or that only have little certificates is doing this. We really cannot just say this is one thing, but she has come out to say this is her story. And yeah, that's it. Some mother are very wicked. For me, I don't have a wicked mother. I can't relate. But on this show, we have seen people that come to say this is what my mother did, and we will be here and be like looking like, really, your mother did it. So we have people that can be like that. And
Yes.
also, Sister B, to talk about the Titi's comments. You
Mm.
remember that before their father would bless them, this mod when one of them was hungry,
Mm.
he sold out the birthright, right, to in place of porridge,
Mm-hmm.
right? So and so now when the father now wants to bless them, it is the mother that called the brother that say, hey, come. It is the mother that orchestrates it. If the mother did not do that, the brother will not even know in the
Yes.
first place. So it is
Mm-hmm.
in this one. I don't know if Titi read his Bible. I'm a Christian. It is the mother that called the father, the brother. I said, come.
It's the
This is
mother
what
that
your
did
father.
everything
It
now.
is
The
the
mother
mother.
is
Why?
the mothers are
What
always
is
the
she even
ones.
saying?
You see the funny thing, in most cases where I've seen parents that show favoritism, it's always the mothers.
It is mother.
Fathers have a way of keeping it, they hide it.
Yes, suppressing it and not let
Yes.
them know. It is the mother
Mm.
that called the brother and I say, come, this is what your father asked your brother to do. Quickly, fast. And when the brother still now say, but my father will know. Me, my hand is not hairy. My brother's hand is hairy. What do we do? It is the mother that now gets something else to cover the boy's hand, so as
Yes.
to pretend like. So it happens. We have mothers that will do anything. I don't know why. Maybe they have bad experience while giving birth to the other, or for whatever reason, which is not good. We see the
Okay.
story of both of those brothers.
Do you
What
believe so do you believe that it is in your own personal belief, do you think it's possible to take somebody's glory?
For me, I believed. See, back in Nigeria, my mom attended CSC, all these CSC people, and we see story of people that will be people that nearly, you would see them and say, this is madman. And then they will tell them to come and do 21 days living, or Igbele, they call it Igbele. I don't know if you know that. They call it Igbele. They will ask them to come to church for 21 days. And you will
Mm.
see this person will be transformed.
Yeah.
Personally, it happens to, I don't know if I should call this person my cousin or my niece. This
Mm-hmm.
man, they told him he has this spiritual problem.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom took him to our church.
Mm.
So he was very sick. And then when he spent few times, then he started, he could not talk, he could not walk, he could not do anything. So after he had spent few days there, he started walking and eating. And they told him, don't come home. If you come
Mm-hmm.
home, you are going to pine. They told this man, don't come home. But you know,
Mm.
when they said they have finished work on somebody, this man come home. The second day, he pine. So
Hmm.
for me, I believe there is, in my life, I've not seen the traces of thing that will make me to say, oh, I have spiritual problem. Because I mean, we thank God for his grace.
But you
I thank
believe
God
that
for
it's
my, but
possible
I
for glory to
believe,
be switched.
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. I
Okay.
attended CSC with my mom before I changed to Redeem. I see
Okay.
story. I believe firmly. So
All
this lady's
right.
story, she's well read. She's not mentally anything. She has her own job. The mom shows favoritism or whatever they call it, and probably she added some jazz to it. It is our family. My family is different from our family. So if she come
Yeah.
and say this is our story, I'm not going to water it down. So
All right. Thank you very much, Jumi. Happy birthday, sweetie. Please enjoy yourself with your family and send me my cake and champagne. God bless you. Okay. A lot of people have things to say, and I want to take as many people as possible. So go straight to the point, please, when I add you, and just make your point in 3 minutes, please. Thank you very much. B, I'm going to come to you after Jola. Jola, welcome. Where are you come and joining us from?
Hi, Auntie B. I'm joining you from Lagos. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, dear.
Hi,
Welcome.
good evening.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a listener for a while and I'm so happy that I can be here, but I'm not going to waste your time. I think because I don't really understand as much about the spiritual, I won't talk about about that part. But one thing I do know is that it's very important for parents to realize that your favoritism will show. I think
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they think it doesn't show because it's not a very obvious thing like but I didn't leave her more property or I
Mm-hmm.
didn't I didn't say this is my favorite child. I love you so much or stuff like that. But it's in the little things. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe the biblical concept you're using might be difficult for people to understand because in the Bible it was that Rachel took Jacob and helped him and went to get a blessing. It's very out there. But when you see in our own context, it might be the mother insisting that a particular child goes to a particular type of school, even though that child is not the most intelligent, or
Mm-hmm.
being more willing to, or bullying the other siblings to help out an irresponsible sibling. Do you understand what I mean? Let's say me and you are siblings, Auntie B, and I'm very irresponsible with money, and you refuse to give me money anymore. I use my mom to pressure you. I use our mom to pressure you, knowing that because I'm her favorite child or because we have an affinity, she will constantly kind of push my well-being above everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be possible that there might be those little things that have added up over time. And this
Mm-hmm.
sister is just under a lot of pressure and under a lot of stress. And she sees
Yeah.
the lengths their mother goes through for the other one. And then when it's my
Mm-hmm.
son, all of a sudden you don't have power. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, wow, are you not 50? Can't you manage things by yourself? All of a sudden, when
Mm-hmm.
it's my son, you don't know how to help. But with this, my sister, you have so much energy. You have so much power. You know how to go to Orioke. You know how to sell your property. You know how to do all
Mm-hmm.
that. But when it comes to me, you can't. And that always builds up in resentment. So it's possible that she could have had a mental breakdown. It's also possible that there are spiritual things that you really don't know. I mean, my mom has told me stories of people who from our village who have done strange things for each other. So I know it sounds strange. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm a very Lagos girl. I grew up in Lagos. I've only known Lagos all my life, but when my grandmother told me a story of how when she wanted a baby, she asked her dad to do something spiritual for her. My mom is an only child and she wanted another one. And apparently the man said if he does it, it's not her kadara. What does that mean? Destiny. It's not her destiny.
Mm.
The woman refused. And he was my grandmother was his favorite child. And he went and
Mm.
said he would do something for her. Do you know he did this thing and kept it and said at a particular time she should go and eat it? She fought with her older sister, my grand auntie. My grand auntie went to eat that thing and had twins.
Right. So you believe that spiritual things do exist,
Oh,
even though, yeah,
exactly.
it might not be, yeah,
You
of
may not
course, there.
understand it, but there's also just the on the physical realm of your
Mm.
favoritism showing in a way that really hurts your
The
other
other
children.
person.
It
Yeah.
builds resentment, and even when things are not there, you start to see them. Now, come, why does my mother never go out of her way for me? And
Mm.
you start to project as well. But like I said, it's actually very, very possible. It's just that
Mm.
a lot
Do
of
you
us
have
don't.
a podcast? Everybody keeps saying that
Oh yes,
you are.
I
You
do.
have a podcast.
Yes, I do.
Everybody, they are recognizing your voice and saying
Oh my gosh,
that.
I'm obsessed with you, Auntie B. Like I've spoken about you so many times. Like I'm
Oh,
obsessed.
thank you so much. How come I don't know about your podcast? Where is it
No,
on?
no, it's we're based in Nigeria, we're based in Lagos.
Oh,
It's called
okay.
Parental.
Oh,
Maybe when next year around.
all right. No problem.
When next year around,
All
please
right.
let me.
Connect with me on Instagram.
I
Okay.
will. I
All
will.
right,
And
sweetheart.
but you
Take
guys
care
are
of yourself. And
amazing.
thanks for joining
Oh,
us.
you too.
Say
Bye.
hello to the whole of Lagos for us. So we
I
miss home.
will. Bye, Auntie B.
Bye. Bye bye. Okay, that was Jola from Lagos, Nigeria, giving us her own two kobo on the matter. Bio, you are next. Welcome.
Thank you, Auntie B. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, thank you very much. Everything you said is 100% correct. Okay.
Mm,
And
mm,
I think I will do more, explain myself better talking than typing.
typing,
Now,
yeah.
yeah, so what I'm trying to avoid, first of all, is the notion that
Mm,
when people don't do well, they try to blame it on other persons. So let me go
mm-hmm,
straight to the point. The
mm-hmm,
very taking a cue from the very Bible that you preached or talked about. Please let us
mm,
have an open mind. We must all not agree, but here is the spiritual understanding. I went through the seminar, I did theology. I can tell
mm-hmm,
you this for free.
mm-hmm,
So now, what happened in that case was not a switch. Let us be careful with the word. So when I mean switch,
mm-hmm,
when somebody has something already, let's say Auntie B, you are already having something. Then somebody do a jazz to take that thing from you and give it to somebody else. That means the person have collected what you already have. Now there is a difference between a blessing when something is you don't have it yet. So you believe that that blessing should come to you. It's like, for instance, the first child is supposed to inherit the property of the father, right? So it is not that the first child have already had that property yet, right? And the father in line decide that this first child cannot maintain my weight and then give it to the second child. That first child will also be angry because he feels entitled that by law he was supposed to get that property.
Are you still
You
talking of
understand
Esau
me?
and Jacob, or you're just talking
Yes. Esau,
generally?
Esau and Jacob. So Esau's case was that
Mm,
Esau and Jacob's case was that
mm-hmm.
the father wants to bless the first son,
Yes.
right? That is
Mm-hmm,
his intention, to bless
mm-hmm,
the first son. And
mm-hmm,
he was deceived and
mm-hmm,
presented the second son, which is
mm-hmm,
wrong. I'm not saying the action is right, what they did, but
mm-hmm.
that is different from switching the blessing.
How is
Let's
it
say,
different? How is
yeah,
it
that's not
different?
okay. I'm coming there now. So switching, that I just mentioned that earlier. Switching
Mm,
means that, let's say, somebody who knows that he already has something in him. You have children, like 3 children. Say this one is doing well. Let me take this one's blessing and give to this one. That is
okay,
a switching. He did.
Bio,
Yes.
Esau and Jacob, you are saying it's not switching, but the blessing belonged to Esau and it was given to Jacob. Is that not switching?
No, that is not switching because he has not had it already.
No, no, no.
So
He has it by birthright. is the first son. So by birthright, according to the Jewish tradition, the blessing
Yes,
belongs to him. So he
to
already
him.
had it by being born as the first child in the family. So he
Yes,
inherited it by virtue of being a first child. So that's
yes, that is.
switching.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you now. That the English term, the best term there is still. There's a difference between stealing and switching. So when you say switching, Auntie B, let us. It's not for you. You understand this. I'm careful here. What the point I'm trying to explain here is that
Mm,
some people have come and say I was doing well before. Somebody now
mm,
they now turn this man to mumu, so they take a blessing from her, give another person. I don't know if I'm making sense here. So I'm trying to explain to you now that that is not the same case. When people go to, there's a difference between Mercy Aigbe believing, knowing that she's the Mercy Aigbe senior sister, that she's the senior sister, that there is a blessing or whatever the mom can do for her to progress, that the
mm.
mom did not do, rather change her mind and gave it to the sister. Then she is doing well, and the mom now took her stars and gave it to somebody else. That
No,
is
but
why
it's
you,
not about my understanding of it. Let me just say
yes,
something. I get what you're trying to say, Bio, but this is something that I mean, it didn't happen today when this one is doing well, this one is not doing well. Usually, when this thing wants to happen, it happens even when the children have not even finished school. It's not today. She didn't just say it's now. It's
I
not now.
know.
Now she's not saying that now that I'm not doing well, it's now they took my glory. I had glory before, now they've taken it. If I understand what the woman is saying, she's saying that her mother is a witch, and that the glory that belonged to her, maybe like her birthright, like Esau, was given to Mercy, Jacob. That's what I understand. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, okay. So
Mm.
Auntie B, in simple sentence, I am just. Are you saying, for instance, I have three children, right? And I feel that child number two is better, and child number one, I will just go to a spiritual something and take from one and give to two. No,
I
that is not
I'm
what.
not No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm
Thank you.
saying. I'm not, but
That
that
that's
is
not what,
you.
because I know that's not what you are saying. That's what I'm trying to say. I
But you
already
don't
know.
know what parents do. Some parents, see, let me tell you
No,
something.
I agree with you. Parents do that thing. That thing. I'm not arguing that one you
Calm
said, though.
down, calm
Do you
down.
think I'm
The
arguing that one?
problem is
Yes.
favoritism. Let me tell you, even with the example that we are using in the Bible, the reason why Rebecca, who is the mother, who had twins, those children were twins, decided that she wanted the younger son to have the blessings because she favored the younger son. It's all about
We are saying
favoritism.
the same thing now.
Whoever you
Example.
favor is the one you want to bless.
I have a true.
Is the one you want to prosper. Is the one you want to
Yes.
do better. It's
I
like
have a
having an
true.
inheritance. You now give all the inheritance to your favorite child. So the
That's what.
problem itself is not
Yes.
even in the switching. It's in the favoritism that parents
Yes,
show.
which you have valid point, 100%. Because I have an auntie who did it. I'm not lying to you. I'm from Edo. Let me tell you something. This auntie, he look at his children, for instance. He took one. I'm telling you, he worked out for that particular child. That is different. That is wrong. Which you are condemning right now. That why would you favor one child over the other? I totally agree with you in that area. Where I am saying again, Auntie B, let me say it again. It's like me, God forbid, I am not doing well in life. For instance, so I will not go to one spiritual place. They will not tell me, instead of telling me that, oh, maybe your mother or your father blessed this child more than you, they will rather make me believe that my father, I was doing well, or my star, what God created me before, was to be a millionaire. Then my mother saw it and took that millionaire away from me. That is what I'm trying to explain to you now, that everything you said, I agree that yes, you can go do spiritual thing, you can bless in the God way, the person will be better instead of giving A, give it to B. That is your personal choice. But what I am saying is that you as a person, that is the doctor herself that came into this world, the mom cannot take from what God has destined her to be normally and just take it from her. Do you understand? Like, say, okay, this lady went there. They'll say, okay, you were supposed to be a doctor. You were supposed to be a millionaire. But your mom now took that million from you and gave it to the other. No, that is what my point here. I don't know
Okay.
if I'm able to explain what I'm trying to explain. And the
Okay.
reason for all these things is just for me to make sure that I'm able to pass it on this social media, because I see a lot of persons go to spiritual people and say that somebody just took what belonged to them, their mother took it. There's a difference between, if I go to an old man, the Lord said, I knew you in your womb before I conceived you. Whatever you will become, whatever you will be, if things can just be taken from A to B like that, that means I would rather go to a spiritual place and take begetting and add it to my own. It don't work that way. There's what you are saying is in order. Yes, you can bless a favorite child out of sentiment, which you are condemning today, which has a very, very valid point. Very, very valid point. Parents are not supposed to be biased. Parents are supposed to treat all children equally. Yes, that is agreeable. But say that a child is not doing well and now find a justification to say, if the child come out and say, oh, my mama or my papa had a special blessing that he could have laid hand on me, that would have been better. That is a different case. The person
Okay.
has a just cause. But
All
say
right.
that the father just called, the mama just carry a pint, go do something, take everything from her, go give the next person. It is very, very wrong. That is my
All
point.
right.
Thank you, TV.
Thank you,
I
Bio.
hope we do understand that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Bio, for your contribution. All right. On this one, I agree with you. I disagree with you in some things because the way I see it, especially if we are going spiritual, I don't believe that it is not possible because I don't believe that it's not possible to switch. I stand that it's possible to switch people's destinies. That is my own personal belief. You don't need to believe it. And I'm not saying this is what happened here. I'm just saying my personal belief. Everybody has the title to their own. Yeah, you can say whatever you believe. Okay? All right. Anita, you're next. What do you have to say? Welcome. Where are you
Hello,
joining us from?
Auntie B. I'm
Hi.
joining you from London. This is the first time I'm
Okay.
actually talking online. And thank you for all you've been doing, trying to enlighten people about what's going on and updates and all that. I really appreciate you. And thank you for letting me in.
You're welcome.
So I say a lot of moral lessons here because
Yeah.
I feel like the issue of favoritism actually comes in. You go to a home where um, probably they have 4 kids or 2 kids. You hear mom saying, oh, she's actually my favorite. She looks more like me. She acts like me. This child, for the Igbos, they'll use big names, Adugo, Achalugo, Wanyi, things like that. And you're doing it in presence of the siblings, and you feel it's all right for you to do it as a woman. It's very rampant among women. You don't balance it up. You try to see one child as better than the other one. The child will go out and say it publicly. Oh, I'm my mom's favorite child, and you feel it's okay with the other child. I don't know how women see it. Like, you go out with your fellow women and they say, oh, she's more beautiful, she's better than other women, she's whatever, that among your friends. You're not going to feel good with that. When they keep praising a particular woman, you keep praising a particular woman. And you, the lady, you as a woman, forget that these children, they have different personalities. They've got personality on their own. They've got their own entity. They're their own person. That at
Yeah.
some point, when you keep putting it on a child that you are special, the other child, you're going to belittle the other child. Little by little, you're taking the self-esteem from that child. You're taking that will I say, yeah, that self-esteem. You're taking everything away from that child, because kids grow with, they're adults anyway, but I'm just starting from childhood, because I don't think this thing is something that started actually today. For
Yeah.
her to get to a point, an adult, conceive it, she must have conceived this thought. She must have thought about it, pondered about it for years. I don't think it's something that she just did immediately. This is something that's been going on for a medical doctor that has gone to school, have ethics of, she's a professional professional. She's not a market woman, mind you. And something she must have thought about. Yes, she must have cried over it. She must have stressed over it, before she got to that point. People say mental health.
People are
Remember,
keep saying, Anita, let me ask you something. People
okay.
are saying, a lot of people in the comment section are saying it's just jealous, it's just jealousy.
Nah,
It's being a medical doctor moi that you will just be
Mm,
jealous of
mm,
of
mm.
of of,
Yeah,
of
and just an
somebody? Or is
aspect.
it that as a doctor you can't get a job? Or I
Mhm,
don't
mhm.
understand.
Yeah, sometimes people don't understand. When people say mental health, Nigerians who don't take mental health issues seriously. There are things that can actually lead to that place, that can actually get a person to a point where the person, gets to that point where you become depressed, you have different mental health issues. It might be things that have gone on in your childhood or something that actually, there's always a trigger most of the time. Some of these things might be genetic, but most of the time it's about our environment, the way we grew up. And don't forget, the way you grew up, the home you actually grew up in, actually develop who you are in your adulthood. But when parents, you preferred, like, for example, you see the picture the lady is trying to paint, or what Gislova was trying to paint. She acts like the mom, or the mom will say she's a smart girl. She behaves the way I behave. She listens to me. She listens to advice, and all those. Of course, we have a family friend those days that this woman, one of her daughters, was actually her favorite. She's got like 5 daughters, but this particular one, she praises her as if the sky wants to fall. The
Yes.
other, that's why the eldest daughter, she makes it known to her that I hate you. It got to that point that she actually turned away from the mother. She turned towards she turned towards us. Like, she was not my blood. She was not related to me. But you could perceive what the mom was doing was she was favoring one child above the others. But the first
Yeah.
child, we saw her like shit. At the time, my mom went out with her. They were coming. She, the T junction you normally see in Nigeria. And she said, I swear with this T junction, but that's my daughter will never amount to anything. A mother saying that about the first daughter. God bless her soul. She's late now, but the curses the mother incurred on that child, on that the first daughter alone, you could tell actually caused that rival. And sometimes when you're doing this, parents doing this, you don't know you're even doing yourself, because in your old age you will not rest. These kids will fight. They will never be friends. Because there's no way you can be favoring one of them and the person is seeing it, and you grow up, you keep seeing it happen. And probably this lady might be looking for a point in her life where she wants the mom to say, oh, my daughter, you have done well. You've gone to medical school. You're brilliant. But she's not getting that. The other one gets all the praises. And she feels it's okay for it to whatever. So like I
Your
said,
point
getting
is
to that
about
point,
favoritism. Yeah,
yes,
that's what.
favoritism.
Yeah, the
Favoritism can
danger.
also lead to mental health.
Yeah.
Where if someone is belittled and you don't have any self-esteem, you feel like you're worthless. Some kids beg to be loved. You see a
Yeah.
child will call at the corner, be looking at the mom. You say, come on, go outside. Or sometimes the way you amount punishment to a child is different from the way you amount, probably the same offense. So you give one, go and do this one. You go and do this. Your favorite one child, the same womb. Then you think you rest in your old age. This is one of those things that can actually happen. With this one, they burnt her house. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it could be that's what happened. And with this anger in her heart, a prophet can come and say, oh, the reason why you're not doing well is because of your mother. She's going to easily believe it.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, she's going to believe it, because after all, she's not been treated well. And sometimes some of these things that happen in your childhood, some parents say, oh, she go forget when she grow. They're not, they forget. I still remember what happened in my childhood. Whether good, bad, ugly, I still remember. Whatever happened in your childhood forms your adulthood, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely.
It goes a long way, because kids come with a clean slate. You write on it, whatever you write on it, girl, boy, that thing is going to be there for life. And that's why when you're dealing with kids, Nigerians, we don't deal with kids as if their personality on or they have their own identity. I've got an 11-year-old and 8-year-old. I try to treat them as individual. I try to treat them as if they're adults, because some of these things that you might not recollect, they will tell you in 20 years' time, this will happen, mom.
Absolutely.
They are going to come and tell you.
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with children, if you know you want to favor, just have only one arrest. If you have you just have one. And
yes.
you rest.
So you put all your love into that one.
Put all your love in that. If you know you cannot balance the equation, it's just like a man marrying plenty wives. You know you cannot apportion the amount of love. One wife there's gonna be rival, whether you like rivalry, if you're going to start doing that. If you have a child, my daughter used to once tell me, she used to, the day she came, she told the sister, and the sister told me, oh, mom loves me, I get away with things. She was like about 5 years, about 5 years-ish. And when she said, I said, no, you are not the favorite. Both of you are the favorite. Oh, but mom, I don't love nobody better than the other. It's equal love. I'm not going to set that enmity between the both of you. If I buy you something, I buy for this one. There is no preference. The both of you are my whatever. The both of you, mom, but you have to, no. Mom does not love
They
anybody more
ask
than the
you,
other.
and you see children
They
are very
ask
tricky.
me.
She'll come and ask you,
Yeah, I'm very straight.
who do
I
you
told
prefer?
them.
Yeah, they've asked me before.
They ask you, kids, they
Do you
come and
prefer
ask
this
you, they
one? Do
trick
you
you.
prefer this one? I drive
Yeah.
them away. I say, I mean, go away. Don't ask me questions. Don't ask me their questions. Thank you, my dear Anita. I really enjoyed your contribution, Anita Udiri. It's the first time you're joining us, but do call again. Unfortunately, I need to move on because of time to other people. I am going to go to Mirabel. Hi, Mirabel.
Hi, Auntie B. Good afternoon
Hello.
from here. Thank you for having me. I hope you're doing good. Um, so I was gonna say I heard a few people talking about she's a medical doctor, so she's well read, and for her to say all of this, and it has to have some truth to it. Well, anybody can say anything, and it could be true, and it could be not true. It has nothing to do with how professionally inclined they are. It has nothing to do with their what's it called, their educational background. A lot of people, regardless of how well read they are, they have their spiritual life, and a lot of the times it trumps it. So somebody could be a medical doctor and still have very strong spiritual beliefs, and still believe in prophecies, and still believe in miracles and all of that. It has little or nothing to do with each other.
Right.
So she could still be a medical doctor and believe what the prophet says, and believe in
Assuming that the prophet
prophecy,
said
or
something, right?
and have a strong spiritual life, which trumps her secular life, if you ask me. Also, like what Bio was saying, basically, I honestly feel like we give the devil or witchcraft more credit than they deserve. Um, yes, I believe the devil exists, so of course the devil is powerful, and he has other people and other agents like witchcraft or whatever you want to call it. However, um, when you talk about someone switching something, you cannot switch what you've never had. If I've never had something, then I can't switch it.
What if if they've had it, can they switch it?
Well, if you've had it, of course, it's possible to be switched. But now, when you talk about bet right, that's where it comes down to we giving the devil or witchcraft more credit than they deserve. The devil or the witchcraft cannot come take away my birthright. Or, for example, if I was supposed to be, let's say I was supposed to be a trader, basically, and that's something that I was supposed to be, that's something that I'm good at, that's something that I excel naturally at. The devil cannot come, or witchcraft cannot come take away that from me, if it's something I'm naturally good at, and give it to someone else. Now, it's possible that I might not be able to continue in that part based on circumstances, situation, nature, and nurture. They're all part of what could make this happen, but not necessarily witchcraft taking what you're supposed to be and giving it to someone else. And
Okay.
also, when we talk about switching, my question is she talking about her past destiny, her present one, or the future one? Because I'm a bit confused here.
We will never know.
So, because what's the
She just
problem?
said her mother is a witch and took her your you have got YouTube open, so it's echoing in the background. You have two devices open. That's why I can hear myself from your background, Mirabelle. So that question is a rhetoric question because we will never know if it's something that is new. I mean, for all we know, this could have been existing since when they were kids. We don't know. We don't have that context. Except we are going to look for her and invite her. If not that they've locked her up. But Lockbar has locked her up now. I'm assuming that they locked her up for burning her mother's house. You have forgotten that she raised her mother's house. She burnt it down. So we would have invited her and then ask her to tell us a little bit and what evidence she has to support this assertion she's making. Anyway, thank you very much, Mirabel, for your contribution. Moving on to Ike. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Sister B.
Welcome. Yeah.
Can you hear me very well?
Yes.
Okay,
Welcome.
greetings. Yeah, thank you very much. Greetings to everyone. I heard the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Please, I would like to agree with Bo.
Mm-hmm.
A human being cannot transfer a spiritual
Mm.
thing. It's impossible. But
Okay.
she or he can transfer a physical thing. For
Okay.
example, because I'm a firstborn, then I believe I will inherit my father's property. Then I start living anyhow. For me, I will not give my thing to to such a child. That's my
Mm-hmm.
own.
I think that's the point that Bio was making. Yeah.
Yes, that's my own. And
Mm.
secondly, in my family, they have to trace this. What this girl did must come from a spiritual area. That is from pastor somewhere, or she has gone somewhere. They've told her something, because it happened
Mm.
in my family. My
Mm-hmm.
brother always said our mother hates him. We were 8. So how
Why?
about 8 of us?
Why will you
Please?
say that? Why would your brother say that your mother hated him? Why?
That's what I'm going to explain to you. I don't know. We don't
Mm.
understand. You always say that our mother hates him. So
Did
we
your
we are
mother do
trying.
anything to show that she hated him or say
There is
anything to him?
no, there is nothing. This my mother. He was talking about. My mother will come home in Nigeria. Everything that we give to our mom, he will give to this our brother. But still, he is claiming that our mother hates him. So it happened. I have to ask him a question. It happened to me that he went somewhere. I don't know where he told me he went, whether native doctor or where. So I told him that is your problem
So
because
they
our
told
mother.
him from native
Yes,
doctor that the mother doesn't like him.
yes, from there, that is where the problem came from. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So that is so we were trying to figure out. Now I now find out that it is that thing that place he went. Then I now asked him why, because he was a trader. He said
Mm-hmm.
he has to do it because people are not coming to buy things from him. I said, you see,
Mm-hmm.
why must you do such thing? That is your problem. That is what is following you. My mother never hates you because he gave you every morning. When he comes back, he gives you the money.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do with it?
Let
So,
me make you laugh, Ike. There's one that I
okay.
heard one time that the woman said that her destiny was taken and given to her brother. My brother, this person where they say she not finished primary school. She didn't finish primary school. She said they took her blessing, her destiny, and gave it to somebody. I mean, some people is just you just know that when they make statements like that out of frustration and maybe because they didn't achieve what they thought they could have achieved. But I mean, looking at their life, you will see that they haven't even done the work, for them to get the kind of life they think they deserve. So are you saying that somebody took your destiny, for instance, when you didn't even finish primary school and you are just, you got married very early, you have
Sister D,
plenty
you are
children that
right.
you cannot
You are on
feed.
the call.
You have so many children you
Yes,
cannot feed. Now you are blaming your mother for taking your destiny. So that one, you just know, I mean, yeah, all
yes,
this,
yes,
yeah. Some of it can be manipulated in terms of, like you said, your brother's own is Babalawo or native doctor that told him.
exactly.
Spiritual people too can capitalize on it, on people's vulnerability again to tell them it's your mother that is doing you, you know.
Correct. Exactly what
Mm,
you said now. It is exactly what is happening. And the other way around, although witchcraft do exist, and what do you call it? These strong man and strong women, they do exist.
mm,
I have seen them. You understand?
mhm. Yeah.
But we're not going to put it here because, like you said, it's somebody who is frustrated, who has never attained what he thinks or he or she thinks. Then he is frustrated or she is frustrated. Then he or she is looking for someone who has disturbed him or someone who has taken his thing. I don't believe in that. I only believe
Mhm.
this spiritual thing can only take effect when somebody when there's a physical contact. It has also happened to me before. I thought something. Yes, when I was a little guy, a little boy, I was in Calabar, in Ogoja. I stepped on an egg. I was small. I never knew. It was because it was Easter time. Then the masquerade were coming, so we ran out to witness it. So on doing that, I didn't see there was an egg in front of our house, and I stepped on it. I didn't even know. It was the kid that told me that. So
And what was
after
the
3
spiritual
weeks,
implication of that?
listen to me. After 3 weeks, my right leg got swollen, started swollen. So we have to. I went everywhere to the hospital, everywhere to injection. They give me injection. Nothing. It's swollen. My dad was a policeman then. So it happened that there was another policeman living with us. So he came and met our dad and told my dad, I know where they will treat your son, but you have to keep quiet. Don't take any action. My father agreed. So we went to that place. I stayed there let me cut it short. I stayed there 7 days. They did everything. They bring charcoal, they bring egg, they did everything. They rubbed me on this foot. After 7 days, they said I should go, I should go to the hospital. They didn't exactly happen as they said. So later, I found out that when I was a small boy, me and this man, where I went for the treatment, we were in the same school. So we fought. I beat this boy, I injured this boy. So it was his father. Because of that, his father came for me. Because when I went there, I now see the boy, that it was their dad. So I now say,
So it was
oh,
a spiritual
okay.
attack.
Yes, but I touched the egg. My leg would have been rotten, but thank God it happened that way. So that was the story. I just cut it short. So there's a spiritual, but you have to come in contact with the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
So
very
thank you
much
very
for that
much.
story. I appreciate your contribution, okay? Mommy, no matter how you change your name, we know you well. You know if you run from us. Thank you. I want to read this comment because I think it makes a lot of sense. Somebody said something on the radio the other day and said, what's the point of having a mind if you can't change it? So I'm always changing my mind now. Olivia, you said something that really, really makes sense. Oliver, you said you can switch glory or destiny. The witches or devil do, however, no, you can't. You said you can't. Okay, let me start again. You can't switch glory or destiny. The witches or devil do, however, divert people away from their destinies. The devil can block your ways and make life miserable. The Bible says a man's gifts make way for him. Let me complete it for you. Yes. I think, you put it in a very apt way that, makes a lot of sense. And I think I'm leaning towards what you have said. Bill is saying that I'm telling you, some brothers will accuse you because you are doing well. And one 419 pastor will support them in believing that. Amoti says something very interesting as well. She said, now, they are jealous of me having a stable home and a happy one. For a matter of fact, she's not happy. And every little thing I do for my mom is because I have a husband. Okay, so your own your your own is that, did they say they took their glory to give you? I like to hear from you. Let me kuku hear what you have to say on this. Welcome, Tender. Hello.
Hello, Auntie B. Hello.
Hi, Tender. Where are you joining us from?
Auntie B is Tender Heart.
Oh, okay. You people keep confusing me all the time. You know I have thousands of people here. You expect me to keep up with all these names, Abby? Shanu Ajay now. It's not easy now. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Okay, Amati, I saw you in the studio earlier on. Come. Use the link and come in. I want to hear a bit of that. Your story sounds really interesting. Did they switch marriage too? They switch marriage. Well, I do. Tender, welcome, my dear. Welcome. What do
Thank
you
you
have to
so
say?
much. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, in as much as we try to civilize this matter, yeah, this is my opinion. It is possible to exchange glory.
It's
And
possible. You
there's
think it's
something,
possible?
it is possible. It is possible. There
Mm-hmm.
is something you used to say. Èṣù lágbára, kò ní gbàlà.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
yeah, John, the book of John, the thief cometh not to steal, to kill, but to destroy. It is possible to exchange glory, but there is a consequence for it. When there is an exchange of glory, the person that is giving the glory of somebody will succeed, but will pay for it.
Have you seen it happen before?
Yes. We've got a family very close to us. If I mention name, a lot of people know that family name. This person I'm talking about got like 8 or 9 siblings. He was the one. Sorry?
I said there are plenty.
He was the one that carried everything. But did he live long? No. And as soon as he died, it was like the candle of that family just got blown out. Even his own children do not have 1/10 of what he had.
Was there any evidence to support that though? That he got the blessing of every other person.
Yes. Before the mother passed on, there was this fight with like among the siblings where there was like, okay, I will expose you. I will expose you. Is this not what you did to this person? And she said with her own mouth that after all, everybody's benefiting from it. So why are you complaining?
So she agreed that she did it. So, what I was saying earlier when I was having that conversation with Bio was the fact that sometimes, the Bible says that we know in parts and we understand in parts.
Yeah.
And apart from witch and wizardry, the people also have juju and manipulation that they use to do these things.
Yes,
I watch Yoruba movies and I will see that they will put image. They will call. I was watching one, and these are real things that happen in real life. Oh, no joke.
Yeah.
They put an image, and the person said, "I'm calling you by name." It said a lot of incantation. I said, "I'm calling you by name. I'm giving you the food that you forbid. You will eat it, and you will have a reaction to it." And it wasn't a good reaction. True. When the person sit down, he give the thing to the now object, it's a carved object. The man gave the thing to the object. The woman, where she is, she young girl.
Yeah.
Started
You
having
don't have
problem.
to be there. Yes. And to be, we wrestle not against
some of these things. That's what I'm saying. Let's not say absolutely it's not possible because we don't know. You never know.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. It's just like saying money ritual is not possible, or what Yoruba used to call akpepa. When somebody will be in another place, another country, and they'll just say mabawale, and you just start looking for the nearest flight. It's when you get to your destination, you start asking.
Some people don't believe that
how
money
did I
ritual
get
is possible.
here?
I had an argument with someone about that.
But the fact that some
they say
people
it's
don't
not
believe
possible.
doesn't mean it's not possible. And to be, we live in a wicked world. It is possible.
It's true.
But there is a consequence for it. You must pay that price. Yes.
Amen. Thank you so much, Tender Heart. I appreciate your contribution. Yeah, I mean, it is well with us. May God help us all. There's a lot of learning on this tonight, especially when it comes to rivalry, sibling rivalry, parents showing favoritism. Now, this one I like pass. I don't like this one pass. At least, even if we don't agree on whether you can switch glory or destiny or blessing or whatever, that's all right. Favoritism alone, self, that one to me, if you do it to an extent like that, and parents are guilty of it, not all parents, but some mothers do it. Somebody in the comment section earlier on said that their dad did it, that they favored her more than the brother. I don't know why parents do that, but that itself gone is witchcraft. It's not good. Kudara around you, Dauda. Habisoye, welcome, my darling. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Welcome.
Good evening, ma.
Bawoni, are you okay?
I'm fine. My husband is laughing at me, saying, "You are this your auntie B." I said, "Yes, go sleep. Go and sleep." Auntie B, the thing people are saying, Mercy sister, pastor are manipulating her, blah blah blah. if her self-esteem has not been damaged, would the pastor have the opportunity to manipulate her?
Yeah.
They won't.
Good question.
Exactly. Somebody who has, because for somebody to be a medical doctor in Nigeria, to an extent, she's a brilliant person and she's a persistent person. So for Yoruba will say, how would I put it? Ti Ogri Obalanu, Alangba
Along the
Odewo.
wall.
If there's no crack in the wall, there's no way a lizard can pass through. So definitely for a pastor to be able to manipulate her to turn against her mother, definitely her self-esteem has been damaged. And this damage, maybe it has been happening right from when she was little. And I even the way I'm even thinking about it, even her decision to go and study medicine might just be for a way to prove something to her mother. Like, oh, I can be a medical doctor, so definitely I amount to something. I'm just seeing it that way. And people that are saying there's no spirituality, there's spirituality.
No, they are not saying there's no spirituality. They are saying that you cannot take somebody's destiny.
Hey, I don't believe that though. If they can call somebody in your dream and the person will wake up to life and the person will start to fall sick, what is not possible? Anything is possible under the sun, especially in Africa. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, Auntie B. And this issue of she maybe how will I put it, she's jealous of Mercy and everything. I think the mother, she was the one that like caused this whole thing. My mom, I'm her favorite. So I now realize that sometimes if she's talking to my siblings, she'll be like, Bisoye did this for me, did this for me. I now call that one day. I say, Mommy, I say, do you want me to die early? Like, do you want me to
delete?
Do you want me to delete very early? She said, what happened? I said, the way you are doing, I said, you are breeding jealousy in the family. And I said, the way you are doing it, you won't let me last, Mommy.
Yeah.
I told her point blank. I said, we have flesh, we have blood running through our veins. There's no how jealousy. Everybody has jealousy, but it shouldn't be too much. There's no how. There's enviness, but it shouldn't be too much. The extent that you want to harm somebody. I said, but if you keep doing this, rubbing this thing in the face of my siblings, I said, you are breeding something that even when you are long gone, it will still be in the family.
Yeah, sometimes it's just out of pride to say, Omo to ntoju me, my child that looks after me. My mother almost made that mistake. She was saying it, me and my younger sister, because we are the last two. Imagine, we are the most youngest, though. I was the second to the last. My sister is the last. And she used to say, the children that I have last in my life, they are the ones that are looking after me. The children, I didn't know that my elder brother was very angry at that. She used to say it as a way of just not saying it to show up, but just to encourage them. If these younger ones can look after me, then you too, what is your excuse now? You should try. You understand? Because they didn't care that much the way my younger sister and I cared. You understand? So she will just say it in passing. I want more big bang like me. I want to touch you me. Kiniko. My aunties had to call her in order. Me too, I was very young then. I didn't know, my head was feeling big that she's praising me. I wasn't this matured. So my auntie had to call my mother to order and say, please don't say this again. You are making your older children feel bad. Then she stopped it. So I think sometimes when parents do that, it's just for them sometimes to let the other ones know, are you to shake body now? They don't realize that to the other siblings, that's sowing seeds of discords within the family.
Yes. And we mothers should learn from this.
Check your audio. Abisoye.
My audio is okay.
It's better now. Yeah.
I said we parents, we should learn from this. We mothers, especially we mothers. There's no how, Auntie B, I will not lie to you. You will always have a favorite amongst your children.
Yeah,
you always have it.
No,
I have.
I don't have.
Auntie B, you have to search yourself. You will have. I'm telling you.
Honestly, I don't.
But anyway, but most people have. But it takes a certain discipline.
Do they know that you have a favorite among your children?
No, even my husband will even allow it. No. And even my favoritism is that for each aspect, like you will know, like I like this one maybe in time of being patient, understanding. I like this one in time of, I can't even really call it favoritism. I think you like them in a special way.
There are things that they will do, they will make you happy. That day they'll be your best friend. Another day,
exactly
it's like that.
Exactly. I think
So that's
that's
not
the way.
favoritism. It's just
It's
sometimes
true, Sha.
behavior, and
Yeah.
when you are sweet, sometimes you are not
Yes.
sweet. So you fight all the time with your
Okay.
children.
And to be like my
Mm.
own, I know I told you that my dad, he had like 6 wives. My dad is a polygamist, but there is one of his wife that was his favorite. So
Mm-hmm.
he practically transferred the love of that wife to the children. But
Mm-hmm.
it was glaring, Auntie B.
Mm-hmm.
It was glaring that these children were the favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And this made all other wives and the children to just dislike these children. I'm telling you, Auntie B. Now
Yes.
their mom is late now. Nobody wants to associate with the children.
You see the wahala
I'm
that it
telling
caused.
you,
Mm.
this favoritism is not good. It destroys family. It
Yeah,
destroys family, destroy
when
bonds.
definitely when you have more than one wife, you definitely favor one and the other. Now, did you not watch? Have you watched Anikulakbo? Go and
I
watch
watch it. That,
Anikulakbo and see now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's true. So to me, please, we mother should just try and keep it in check. And I think Mercy mother, she has a lot of work to do. She has a lot of work to
Let me
do.
ask you this, Abisoye. Do you think that is karma that is catching up with her for the homes that she too she rent?
I don't pity Mercy one bit. To God,
Not
God forgive
Mercy.
me.
I'm talking about her mother. You know, this mother
Definitely,
told us that she wrecked other people's home too, including
definitely.
this house that they gifted her. It was
There's no
somebody
peace.
else's husband.
There's no peace for the wicked. There's no peace for the wicked
Also,
under
you
the
didn't
sun.
know before.
I know I've heard about her gist, but I don't really like. Ever since Mercy did that thing, I just dislike her. Even I unfollowed her. I
Gislava told us that this is her life, the mother's lifestyle is exactly what Mercy is living now. That she did the same thing.
ohun tí àgbọn lọmọràn, so it's
Benny.
not it's not a surprise.
So
So
it could have just been, karma that is dealing with her now. Like
uh,
polygamous situation now, although you are grieved wives and children and everything, maybe now
yeah.
the house, her own child again, that was not even born into is a son they say she had for this man that gifted her the house. So
Hey,
now
that's
the child
serious.
from another marriage don't come raise the house.
I
Go
and
back
it,
home.
and again, I think because Auntie B, I will not lie to you. There was one gist that was going around. There was one of Sister Mercy that is late. She has one sister
Eh,
that is late.
eh, eh.
They say Mercy doesn't take care of her siblings at all. I'm telling you.
Yes,
I'm telling
that's what they
you.
say for most of the actresses now. What about the other one,
Yes.
Mide? Mide that keeps every day should be posting on social media. Her only brother could not pay school fees. All these actresses, the kind of fake life they live
Oh, they are
is sickening.
wow.
Mide could not pay school fees for the only brother. The
Hmm.
only brother. She abandoned the boy in their grandfather's place. In one place like that. It
And
became something that the grandfather had to come to social media. It
yes,
became this. Oh my
yes,
God.
yes. Before she now
And every
started
day you are
doing the right
sewing
thing.
clothes, you are showing off on social media. Shame on them. Honestly.
Auntie B is because let me tell you, Auntie B, in real life, they are broke. They are broke. I'm telling you, Auntie B, they are broke. These people are broke. Most of the things they do, these maybe people want them to advertise their clothes, advertise their cars, advertise. They don't have money. They are practically broke. They are practically broke, just trying to keep up with the Joneses, the way they used to say it. They don't have money. That's just the plain truth. I just feel for this doctor, and I hope she find peace and try to maybe go and see,
May God
like,
help her. If she
I
gets out of this, somebody should advise her to look for visa. They are looking for doctors everywhere in the world. She
everywhere.
can
And I
make
had
money. Let her go to America or Canada, even come to the UK so she can make money and leave all this drama behind. She doesn't need all this drama of Mercy and their mother. She leave them behind. Mhm. So now, if you're looking at her life now, that's why I say it again. I said it when we started, and I'm going to repeat. Guys, please like this video. People are not liking. We have 1,000, 340 people watching, and we don't even have up to 500 likes. If you're enjoying this conversation and you are learning from it, only 360 likes. Haba. Give the video a thumbs up, please. If this show you've learned something from it, one way or the other, whether it's about sibling rivalry and the problem that arise from showing favoritism, whether it's about the spiritual angle, whether it's about supporting your children all across board and not showing them that I prefer you to this one, all of that. There's a lot that we've covered tonight. Take a minute and like the video, please. I beg you guys. People are not liking. Like it, like it, oh. Okay, we are going to round up very soon now. Amoyeme say that Shina Peter should take care of the child. It's not Mide's responsibility. Is it Shina Peter that is the father of the child? Well, would you abandon your own brother because he has a father that is not responsible? I think she should take care of him too. I look after my even though I have only one younger one, I still look after my my nieces, my late sister's children. It doesn't matter if God has blessed you. What's the point of being blessed if you can't bless the people, your immediate family? If you cannot be a blessing to them, then you are not blessed yet. If people don't benefit from your blessing, then you are not blessed. Doris, welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma.
Welcome. Where are you joining us from?
I'm here in UK.
All right. What do you have to say?
Just a little contribution.
Mm.
I I believe a lot of people still don't understand what is going on in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
I am a dog girl, and a lot is happening within our mothers.
Mm-hmm.
They have this. This is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
When you are making it, they will shift all the attention to you. As soon as every little thing is not going well, they will shift their attention to the other.
So it's the person that gives them that they know as the favorite.
Yes.
Who gets nine they know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is happening now in a lot now in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you are not having kids, when you are not married, obviously all your attention is for them, you know. As soon as you want to get settled, they will not allow you. You will be dragging your life from their hand. From that moment, your mother, if they are living with any of them that you left in Nigeria, from that moment, you don't exist for them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They will be doing everything to make sure that person is frustrated. The marriage will start breaking. You even be having problem in your job. Household enemy. Who is the household enemy? It's only who know you. Somebody that don't know you will not come and, know how your background is, how your home is. Your household enemy is from your family.
Mm-hmm.
This is going on now a lot in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, when you started raising your kids, you don't have that enough to share like before. But they will not understand. They will not understand. I believe,
So
especially
now
we
who
that
bring
in
nine
UK.
they know. If you
Yeah,
don't bring
especially
again,
we,
then they shift
especially
to the
we,
next available person where gets.
exactly, especially people that in UK, but in Europe, because a lot of Benin people are in Europe, they are suffering from this a lot. So this is my little contribution. People to should understand very well. I don't really know about medicine background. I don't really know about what really is going on. But I am just commenting based on the people commenting here and what they know. I believe a lot of people still don't know that this is going on around our own mothers now in Nigeria. They are doing it a lot. People
It's
are
sad
suffering.
though. You should love your children. Now, even if one get today, you don't know who will get tomorrow.
That was before. Nowadays, as soon as one is not, because it's when you are single, all your attention is for them, But as soon as you started, okay, let me start living on my own. No. The love have to be changed. They are commenting. They will not, a lot is going on. A lot is going on. We will start seeing this now, from now.
You have you had a personal experience in this area? Because
I am living on it at this moment. Not just only me, a lot of people.
It sounds really personal to you, yeah.
A lot
So
of
if
people
you
are
used to
living on
give
it
them,
right
now you have a family, you are focusing on your family now, it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. So
well.
this is my little contribution. I believe a lot of people, especially people that live in UK, America, they still don't have a lot of awareness of this. But from Europe, a lot of people are dying. They don't even know where to start praying, because family is no longer like before anymore.
It's no longer free love again. You have to pay for the love. You have to buy the love.
Exactly. So this is my little contribution. I believe people should understand. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you, Doris. I appreciate you, my dear. It is well with you. Don't worry. Just trust in the Lord. You know what the Bible says? Honor your father and your mother, that your days will be long. So if you have to honor them, fine. And it's not only money you use to honor people. I know we Nigerians, a lot of our people tend to be so materialistic. They think it's only about money. Honor is got nothing to do with money alone. If you have money to give, fine. Okay, if you can buy food stuff, fine. Sometimes showing that you care, calling them up, how are you? How was your day? You don't chop. Where you go today? Being emotionally available, praying for them. Those are all the ways that you can show. Oh no, it's not only money. It's just sad now. Today now, everything are money, 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 money. Oh, everything are money. Chai, money. Wetin money go cost for our community? Only God know. It's terrible. More fresh. You
Hello,
are
Auntie
next.
B. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm
How are
good.
you this evening?
Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. I just wanted to drop my thoughts on what I think about this particular topic.
Mhm.
I think the issue here is the words we're using, destiny and blessing. They are two different things. See,
Okay.
when we're talking about destiny, from my own little knowledge, if we look at the Bible, and we look at Adam and Eve, when they fell, they had the knowledge of good and evil. And God also made us realize that we have a freedom of choice to choose whether you choose good or evil. So when we say destiny, that means that nobody knows what your destiny is apart from God. So I
Okay.
think I kind of understand what BO is saying in that sense, that nobody can take somebody's destiny, because human beings, and I think even spiritually, I don't think anybody knows anybody's destiny. Even we, I don't think we know our destiny.
Are you Nigerian? More fresh.
Yes, Sister B, I'm Yoruba.
You're
I don't
Yoruba.
think
Have you ever heard of Akose Jaye? Have you ever heard that
yes,
word?
yes, yes,
What do
yes.
you think it means?
Yes, Akoshejaye is like where it's predestination. It's the same thing. It's destiny, right?
And
Yes, but
you
what I'm
also know that in those days, even before Christianity, that when a child is born, they will go and do Ifa to find out about that child's destiny.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say, Sister B, is
Mm,
that even though they can tell you, oh, you are going to be this, right? Or you are going to be that, it doesn't
mm.
mean that you are going to be that.
No, no,
What
no.
I
I'm just saying that because you said that it's only God that knows someone's destiny. So I
Mm,
just made that little example to let you know that this was something that was part of our culture in those days. Even in the
absolutely.
book, I'm trying to remember that book now. The gods are not to blame.
Mm.
Yeah, Olarotimi. If you've read that book, then you will know what
Oh,
happened
that's
in
one
that
of my
book.
favorite books.
Yeah,
Yes.
when they went to check, and this is what they were told. The definition that came out is that this child is going to delete his own father and marry his own mother.
Mm-hmm.
So that was part of checking his future as well. So I think it's something that's, it's always existed in our culture. Checking, checking, checking.
I was
Yeah.
actually going to use that's a good one. I was actually going to use the story of Joseph in the Bible, where he had
Yeah.
a dream.
Yeah, we talked
And
about that earlier on as well, during the
exactly.
beginning of the
So
show.
so
Mhm.
so I feel like I think what we are kind of mixing it in a way that sometimes you can be destined for something, but it doesn't
Mm,
mean that you will necessarily reach it, is what I'm saying, because we have to put into question the knowledge of good and evil, the idea of having free will to choose, right? Because if
mhm,
you have free will to choose, then
mhm,
what is destiny? Destiny means that you are destined to achieve something, which means
mhm.
that it removes the idea of free will, doesn't it? Because if you have free will to choose, then we are saying destiny is, oh, you are going to do this. That means we don't have free will.
No,
That is
I think I'm getting a bit confused now about what you're saying. But
okay.
my understanding is that you are saying that even if these things can be foretold, like in the examples that Jaye or the story of Joseph in the Bible, the person
Mhm.
needs to do the work to actualize that destiny. It's not
Yes,
handed over to you. Is
yes,
that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
which means that is where the choice comes from. And
Right.
as you're saying, I actually completely agree with you that there's a spiritual angle to this thing. And that's why I believe that what people can mingle with, or they can distract you from where you are meant to get to spiritually. I actually believe this because I remember I used to date somebody actually that I had a vivid dream where I saw his mother. It was dark, right? It was like in the middle of the night. In fact, that dream, I don't know if I've had any dream that I saw darkness like that. And I saw his mother, and I saw all the children she had in front of her, and she was sitting on what do you call this thing? This thing that used to pounded yam, and she was sitting on it, and she had
Mortar.
like a hair exactly, and she had this calabash in front of her, and it's like she was in my dream, even though I didn't hear anything. She was just doing something. It's like she was taking something from one child, giving it to another child, and she was feeding them something. And even though the dream, I didn't hear anything or nothing, nobody spoke to me but it's like I had this knowing in that dream that she was switching something. She was taking something from one child to another. And I just woke up. So I know that these things happen. We cannot remove these things from our
We can't rule
comfort
it out
zone.
completely, yeah.
Yes, we
Because
cannot remove it.
people are forgetting that it's not. I think a lot of people are talking from their own understanding of the things they can do and the things they have capacity not to do, or the things that they've experienced. You've forgotten that the people practice black magic where we come from. What do you think they use black magic to do? You think it's to
Mm,
do come and sit down and be doing kumbaya? It's this
mm,
serious stuff.
mm. Exactly. So that we can't remove it from ourselves, because we come from a background where we didn't have Christianity or Muslim. We were practicing all these traditional things. So we can't remove it from ourselves. We cannot remove it. We can't say that it doesn't exist. We cannot say that these things don't happen. We cannot say our mothers didn't used to go to all these places and do things that you don't even know about. You don't
Yeah,
know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or it
yeah,
can't happen.
it
So
is
I
well.
just think that maybe the difference might be the word. I believe that they can block your way in life. They can
Yeah.
mingle your way in life. They can stop
Mm-hmm.
you from achieving things. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely believe that if you're not aware, you wouldn't even know. You just see that you're trying to achieve things in life and it's not going your way, not knowing that
Mm-hmm.
something has happened spiritually that you're not even aware of. So that's
Yeah.
just my little.
Thank you so much, Mo Fresh. I think I understand you. I got your point in the end. Thank you. So yeah, even though they are spirits and God has given us free will, things can be manipulated, and people can be derailed as well. So even if they tell you are going to be something, the person might not get there because their efforts can be frustrated spiritually. Bill, I like the way you are just taking this thing like is a joke. I can't believe that you are joking like this about something like this. You are Catholic. Maybe that's why that person that was saying the other day about Catholic, that's what they say. You are not looking at it deeply spiritually. You are looking at it as a joke. It's not a joke. This is serious. We are Africans, Obio. That's why I say you can only speak of what you know. You say, I'm still begging, who can give me Bill Gates' destiny? Hmm. I think you are making a mockery of it now, but that's okay. I'm going to move on. Right. The Blooming Room has been waiting for some time now. Thank you so much for your patience, darling. How are you? The Blooming Room, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry. I had to unmute myself. Good evening, Sister B.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Good evening, everyone. I don't even know where to start from. Do I start from the spiritual or do I start from the physical?
Okay, so
Um,
because of limited time, maybe we just take points here and there and then so that we can then because I'm
Absolutely.
almost going to end. Yeah.
Okay, that's well. Let me start from the spiritual then. I'm a church girl. And I understand that sometimes when we talk about destiny, it sounds very high up there. This destiny simply, if you simplify it, really, destiny just is speaking about predestination, one's faith, one's potential. That is one of the simplest ways to really define destiny. what one is destined to become, what God has proposed for every one of his children when he put them here on earth. On the other hand, blessing is an empowerment. That means that there is a link between the blessing and the destiny. So if one gets his or her blessing corrupted or stolen, per se, in quote, it can affect the ability for that person to walk in their destiny. So the idea of there's a scripture in Bible in 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 22 that says, "Be careful about who lays hands on you." Because that act of laying of hands, there is a transference of spirit. So in the same way that the Bible cautions about allowing people to lay hands, it's also the same way that we should be careful about who we allow to touch us and who we allow to interact with us, because there can be a transfer. Powers can be transferred. Either way. The same way it can go from one point to the other, it can also go reverse. That means that if power can be transferred from A to B, that means also there can be a stealing. But the most beautiful part of it all is what is stolen can be restored. Because God is a God of restoration.
Amen.
So what is stolen can be all the enemy can do. And the moment we realize that something is amiss, we can start to prayerfully address those things and also do the work. Because it's not enough to just pray, you also have to do the work. And so when you do the work, what is stolen is, and the Bible says that he will restore the years. So that means that when that stealing or that interruption happens, it can cost that individual years. But God can restore as soon as you know. In this particular case now, I'm just a little bit concerned for her because I see her son name is still Aigbe'S. I'm sorry for my Edo people. I hope I'm saying their son name correctly, which is where Mercy shortened her own name to Aigbe. I think the full name is Aigbe'S. And so it seems that she's unmarried and at 50. So I cannot imagine the pressure that
Oh, she's
she is.
unmarried.
I think so,
Really?
because if she's Dr. Patricia Aigbe'S or something
Oh,
like
that
that.
is that their father's name?
So I think Mercy shortened it to Aigbe, maybe for
I
to
see.
make it easier for people to pronounce. So I can imagine that if someone at 50 being in Nigeria, in the environment that we are in, and she's unmarried and she's a doctor, and you have a Mercy who is, I don't know how much schooling she had, and she's already gone through 2 husbands and has her own kids. In the eyes of people, we can say, oh, she's stealing people's husbands, but society will see her as successful. So here you are, educated, you're a doctor, and your sister, who is not all of that, seems in the eyes of society to be doing well.
To be more
So that
successful.
comparison, exactly. So that comparison, and mothers often do that, comparing one child to the other, can create a lot of tension. Because you read earlier, you said something about a loan that was taken. I don't know how much the mother has gone out of the way to sacrifice for Mercy. And she has seen this over the years. Could it be the reason why there's pain in her heart? And she needs her mother at this stage, and she's not coming true for her the way perhaps she has come true for Mercy in times past, in the
Absolutely.
past.
Yeah.
So there are so many dynamics that we do not understand. I'll tell you a very short story here. I know a lady who was unmarried. She finished school, got a job in the bank, and started to work. And then she was looking forward to marriage. Every time she tried to enter a relationship, something always happens, and that relationship will break apart. So she started to pray about it. And she found out that her mother had gone to swear to say, over her dead body will her daughter marry without first building a house for her. So the mother corrupted her blessing, stopping her from walking into the destiny of having her own family, simply because she wanted the mother the daughter to first satisfy her own before she goes into her husband's house. Maybe because she feels that when she marries, she'll concentrate on her family rather than concentrate on her. So mothers sometimes do the most. They do the most because women are, we often want what we can get, especially from our children, without sometimes thinking about what those choices are costing for our children. Yeah. So that's just my little piece in terms of, the destiny and the blessing and all of
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Igbomoru.
much.
Really appreciate you.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
voice is
Have a
always
good
so
night.
soothing to the soul. Thank you. We are still waiting for our show. Hopefully, we'll get to it soon by His grace. Selena, you are welcome.
Hi, hello, Auntie B. How are
Hello.
you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. So I just wanted to say that one thing I always say is that the spiritual controls the physical. And so you can always hear people say, no, like maybe like this church does it this way, this church does it. Let us even leave church aside. Let us just look at life as in itself.
Yeah.
If you look at the Bible says that the heart of man is desperately wicked, and so the heart can be anybody at all. And so I would just say that individually, it's better if we just always pray and cover our destiny with the blood of Jesus.
Obaton.
Because if we look at life, even if you look at milestones in a child's age, say you have a baby, there are milestones you're going to look at. You want to know when they will crawl, you want to know when they would walk, you want to know when they will do different things. And then if you now see a person who is getting to some certain age and then nothing is happening, it might not just be normal because that person should also have milestones in his or her life. If you just see that things are not just working out for someone, because the person might be very well educated, because everyone, all of us are all saying she's a doctor, she's a this. It's not really by education. Yes, she's educated, but what's happening is her life stagnant. And so we cannot really say if she's having maybe like any mental issues, or
Yeah,
if maybe she's
it's
just
just
frustrated with
speculation.
life,
Yeah,
or
it's a lot
and
of
all
speculation
that.
because no, we don't know the ins and
We
outs. But
don't
what
know.
I
We don't.
know, I mean, because there are some people here that are not spiritual. Me, I can tell. I know them. They don't even believe in God,
And
or
all.
maybe they believe in God, or they don't believe in going to church and all that, and that's okay. That's your own personal belief. But it doesn't rule out that there is a spiritual world and there's
There
a
is a
physical world.
spiritual world, and that
And my
is
Bible
why.
tells me that the things of the
Okay.
spirit most times are foolishness to the ordinary eye. So
True.
it might sound like, oh, what's this one? What are you even saying,
Insane.
Seth? And I mean, we're just talking broadly. I didn't say that this is what happened to her, that her mother is a witch or that her destiny was stolen.
But there might be a spiritual significance
But
there
I'm just saying
because it's not
that life
normal.
is spiritual,
Life
more
is spiritual.
spiritual than
True.
physical. And you know something? It makes me laugh when people, say, oh, this, that, you make jokes like that and you say things like that. But if you've seen somebody that life is dealing with,
Hmm.
you seen it because you have somebody that is covering
Mm-hmm.
you. Don't take it
It
for
might even be
granted.
someone in the past. It might even be that maybe probably the person's mother covered the person in the past. Do you
When you see
understand?
somebody
Cover
that
the
life
person
is
with
dealing
prayers.
with,
It could even
life
be
is
someone just
dealing with
stood
the
in the
person.
gap
They've done everything they know how
and
to do
nothing
in the
is
book,
working. There are
and
people that
nothing
is
is working. You will
happening.
know that life is spiritual.
There are people that is happening to that they've done everything they can do, but
Ayema Muwa.
it just feels like every other person is progressing and they're not progressing. So that's why I always say that it's better to just stand in the place of prayer for yourself. Stand in the place of prayer because different things are happening every day. Different things are happening. Then also too, this is where we now look at generational curses. You just see that from generation to the same things are happening. Why? So I believe that everyone should try to be alert because people might not believe that it's happening. They might be like, it's a lie, this thing, they happen. But it's happening. See, when you sit down with somebody that's happened to and you hear that person's story, you be like, what? What? And also, so whenever time is going for an individual and it looks like it's not happening, that person should pray to God. That person should go. And you don't necessarily have to go to a mountain or just pray on your own. Consecrate yourself. Because truly, truly, things are happening. Then I know people have been saying that awareness is destiny. Is someone predestined? Is someone can you exchange someone's destiny? Can you take another person's destiny and give to someone else and all? Let me give an example. Say Nigeria, like in a Nigerian family, say someone maybe gets a scholarship to go to the university. The person now says, because of my siblings, I want to train them. Let me forgo that scholarship and be working hard. Let me be doing menial jobs so I can train my younger ones. Has that person's destiny not be changed? It has been changed because the person will not be educated. The person, and there are people that are doing it. They'll put their own lives on hold for other people. Their destiny. Even if you look at the case of Joseph in the Bible, imagine if Joseph slept with Potiphar's wife. Just imagine that because his siblings were jealous, they wanted to sell him. They wanted to kill him. Oh, because of that quote that the father gave him. Favoritism came in because he was his father's favorite. But
Yeah.
his own blood, they were jealous. They wanted to kill him, but it did not work. He went to the prison. He went through so much torture. Imagine if he slept with Potiphar's wife. His destiny may have changed. Who knows? Because he obviously would have committed adultery. Who knows?
Yeah.
But one thing I know now is that people might not believe. They might say, it's not possible. It's not this one, it's not that one, it's not this one now. Even some parents might even end up, maybe they might say to a sibling, we don't have money to send you to school or something. Go and be working between your younger ones. They have changed their elder one's destiny.
It is well.
So different things are happening. So I would just say that everybody should look out for themselves first. Think, look out for yourself, pray. Have a God that you look onto. Some other people, maybe they have other things they look onto, but you cannot just go through life without a spiritual protection.
Thank you so much, Selena. Really, really appreciate your contribution. Spot on, as usual. God bless you. 2 hours done, and I need to go. All right. Film girl, I have you, and I have Angela. So, film girl, can you go first?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Where are you joining
Okay.
us from?
That's from Atlanta, Georgia. It's my first time, so I wasn't sure whether I did it right.
Yes, you
Okay,
did. Welcome.
thank you. Thank you, Aigbe'S. Thank you for your show and everything that you do. So, I'm just gonna say, like Aigbe'S, a lot of people have been saying, people that don't know. So, not because you don't wear that shoe, you cannot say other people are not going through or things are not happening. Because if you have not been in situations that some people have been, you can actually be ignorantly saying what people are saying. Do you understand? So before you can understand some things, there's some like sometimes you have to understand when it comes to things on the spiritual. Things like permission, authority, bloodline, covenant. Do you understand? These things play a role. Let me give you an example. Let me start from
Generational curses.
yes.
Add that to it.
Generational curse. Let me give an example, like from the Bible. Remember when is it Basam wanted to curse the children of Israel? He called the Balaam or whatever. I don't know. I keep on mixing their names, Basam and Balaam. Balaam
No.
said to him, I can't remember who wanted to curse who. The one was the king and one was the Juju priest, right? He told him to curse the children of Israel. The man
Yes.
went to do divination. He searched. He said, I cannot curse them because there's something is protecting them. There's a barrier protecting them. But if you can make them sin, then there will be an opening. There'll be a crack in the wall that will give me permission to be able to curse them. And they now sent women to them and they now committed fornication on that, and something happened that's down the line, you're not confessing. But the thing is that what people don't understand is that that's why the Bible says causeless will not come. That's that's when you are praying, you start on that justification that you do not cause this thing. But if you do some things, you understand, you can give a room in your destiny for things to come to you because you caused it. You understand? Let me give an example. A man that commits adultery now, right? That adultery, he has entered into a covenant with that woman unknowingly with that kind of a Kerewa act. Do you understand? And on top of that, the woman can now use that as a like that's why they say when Jesus is advocating for you. Do you understand? The devil has points, the reason why he's dealing with you. But Jesus will now come with his blood and say, yes, I know you have your valid points for dealing with this person, but he's now my child, leave him alone. Do you understand? So the person can now use that permission, do you understand, to do some things to you. And now draw it down to parents, right? let this not, even you at B, you said this on your show. Remember the story about the woman that took her first son to go and do juju, and they now agreed to use one of their brothers as the something to make the first one prosper. Remember, you mentioned that a while back. Do you understand? Parents do these kind of things. It's not today that we have heard that parents that even use their own children. I've known personal story of people that use their children. Like the man used his child's destiny, do you understand, for himself. And
Somebody
that
said
child,
earlier on, film girl, that if you say that this kind of a thing is not possible, and it's okay for people to say that. I mean, this is their personal belief. When I started the show, I said this is going to be controversial because I already know it's spiritual and not everybody will get it. So I understand. So we talk about money rituals all the time in Nigeria. How do you believe in money ritual that you can believe that they can use a human being to do money and the money will come out? How do you believe that? And yet you don't believe that it's possible for people, one way or the other, for destinies or whatever you call it, blessings or whatever their path in life is to be
yeah, Auntie B,
destroyed.
that's a very good question. And which brings, thank you for reminding me this. People kind of misunderstand this destiny and blessing thing. They think it's like what Bill was saying, that if I'm saying I'm going to be a lawyer, then when they take it, that means you must be a lawyer. No. Things like destiny and blessing, they're not really they're like currency, like dollars and pounds and naira. So if you take somebody's destiny, you can use it for anything. You understand? Or star, whatever it is, like a currency in the spirit. So even if I'm supposed to be a doctor and you take my star and you become a trader, because you have exchanged it from pounds to dollars, it will work for you. Do you understand? Like someone else said, there's repercussions for all those things. That one is by the side. But the thing is that if you believe in miracles, when people can wake up, got up from wheelchair, you believe in healing. Why can't you believe? Because remember, the kingdom of darkness and is actually is actually reflecting the kingdom of light. Because even when the children of God gathered, the devil came there as well. And the devil understands all these things. That is why when Moses threw down his rod and he became a snake, the devil I know this trick. All these things, they know, the spiritual realm, they know all these things themselves. But there's a power that God has that is above them all. That's why I said he's above them. It doesn't mean that the ones under, the other levels of spiritual beings don't have those power. They know the tricks. Do you understand? I don't know if you get my saying, they all know those tricks. That's why when Moses dropped on his own rod, they too drop their own rod. They know what to do to turn a rod into a snake. But for God to show that he's more than them, his own swallowed these other people's own. Do you understand? Because he made them. There's some things they know that he doesn't know. Or there's spiritual levels and everything. But it also brings it back to the part of permission. When when a parent has a child, that covenant, that parent has permission over your life, right? So if you go somewhere, that's even if people don't understand that the physical reflects the spiritual. That's why even in our society they'll say you're not a guardian or a parent. That means you're not permitted to give, maybe sign something in the government for your child. There's a permission in the spiritual realm. Your parent can use, if your parent is a wicked person, the person can use that permission against you, because they have a right against you. The same thing with your husband, anybody that you have a covenant with. The reason why Bill cannot get the destiny of Bill Gates is because where is the spiritual permission? You're not his relative. You're not related to him. You're not his father, his mother. It doesn't work that way. Do you understand? When you come to take all those things, there are guards. Like when you are trying to do something, there are protocols. The spiritual world is they have no protocols. So when you come to that gate, you call it, said, where is your permission? Where's your visa? Where's your passport? You don't have it, please go back. But someone that is close to Bill Gates can do that kind of thing to him because they have a covenant, a bloodline, permission, and all those kind of things put together. Do you understand? A parent has so much authority over their child. And if your parent is wicked, they will use it against you. Parents have taken their children's destiny for themselves, selfish parents. Do you understand? So that they would prosper and their child. We have seen cases like that. And when they now die, they start confessing. Things are happening, Things are happening. So not because it's not happening to you. I have personal experiences. Things are happening.
That's why I said to you, I said, don't say it doesn't happen. Say you are not aware.
You are not aware. You're not aware.
Because there's a limitation to what you know. You don't know
what
everything.
you don't know. There's a
case
of
I don't know everything. So if you don't believe in it, doesn't mean that it's not real.
It's
just that you don't believe in it and you've not experienced it. But let's not rule it out. It's a possibility.
There's someone I know. There's someone I know, she had an accident, right? And then she survived the accident. She was injured, a lot of things went wrong. And then her mother-in-law came to her, Koro, and said to her, first he said that, so you did not die. Meaning that I knew you could have an accident. You did not die. Now, wow. The people that are open about their own violence and attack.
Hot afternoon one.
Hot afternoon. So you did not die. So you think your head is strong. That kind of thing. Like, okay, no, don't worry. You understand? There are things that happen. I've seen a father that have exchanged his sons. And guess what? That man, because for a very long time, he kept on abusing the son. You're useless. You're useless. But like, why you always say your child is useless? What's your problem? But when they now went to Waka to check and everything, they found out that this man had used this son for his own personal, he exchanged his stuff for his own personal promotion and all that kind of stuff. You get that? That is why he kept on saying to the child, because he felt that the child will never amount to anything. But like somebody said, the beautiful about it is that it can be reversed.
Amen.
That's the beautiful thing. And that's why Jesus came. Because man, things are deep, and I don't know what else to say. But you don't have, when you don't have spiritual permission, and all these things, authority permission comes from like 3 different things: Kerewa, bloodline, parent. That is okay. Why do you think this? And I keep on saying that to people. Why do you think people say to people that when your child is going through things, they said, stand as a parent in gap for that person? You have authority over your child. You stand and say, devil, leave my child alone. I do not give you permission to affect this child. Yes.
Parents to children, the power you have over
the spiritual power is a lot.
The example. I don't know if you joined the show from the beginning.
Yes, I was
talking about, I used Esau, and I was talking and I was like, oh, and some people were saying, oh, but he didn't have the blessing already. But I said, the father gave Jacob the blessing.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know whether you saw the other day that TD Jakes, well, they say it's a branch of his ministry. I thought he was handing over the whole ministry to the daughter. He took his jacket. He took his jacket off in the ordination service and put it as a symbol on the child, on the daughter. It was like a form of transfer of power.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't like talking spiritual things because I don't want to get into
it. This thing goes beyond Christianity.
People who may never get it. So there's no point.
And this thing goes beyond Christianity. It's only Christians that are unaware. I'm coming to a point. My point is that it's only Christians that are unaware that are the ones that talk like this. People that are in other religions, they understand these things. A Buddhist understands these things. Those people that are in other religions are not Christian, they understand these things very well. Do you understand? It's only, I don't know, Christianity, when they now, maybe the way they were taught this Christianity, they just hid some things from them, so they just feel, oh, all life is kumbaya. But other people that are in other non-Christian practice, satanist churches, Buddhism, whatever you are, Buddhism, or Olumba, whatever you are, they understand these things.
Yeah.
They understand these things very well. They teach it to their children that these things have implications. Do you understand? So, and then if you say you're a Christian, go and read your Bible. The way they even do blessing there is even strange. How does someone tell somebody, okay, I want to heal you, dip yourself in the river? People are going to bath there, nothing happens. Somebody dip themselves in the river, you came out, the person is healed from leprosy. This one will say, okay, this one, go and borrow verses, keep on pouring the oil, it will fill up. And you believe. If you believe in Jesus, the devil is real. If you believe in angels, demons are real. If you believe in miracles, curses are real. Do you understand? Everything is negative. Look at Job. Job is a very good example. When they were gathered, the children of God came. Auntie B is a very good example. This is what happened. Job, just when God was bragging with him, was a favorite child. So when they gathered, the devil came too. Jesus now said, where did he come from? He said, I've been toiling to and fro, just looking around. I said, have you seen my son Job? Hey, he is so faithful. He's this, he's that. He was bragging with the child. Exactly. So devil now said to him, hey, you're bragging. This your child is only faithful because you gave him this. God now said, okay, go and test him. God gave him permission to test the son. So by doing that, he lowered all the hedges. I said, it's not because you have put a hedge around him. And maybe the Bible said that did that breaketh a hedge, the serpent will bite. So when there's a hedge around you, there are people that have the power to break that hedge by their spiritual authority over you. Your parents. Your
Yeah, that
grand
parents one is very powerful
they can do
because
it.
that's your blood. You know the way they say it in Yoruba?
Look
When
at
a woman
your
gives
age.
birth,
Yes,
you know,
your
when a woman gives birth, you know the way they call it? Odeje lori.
I'm not Yoruba, I don't understand that, but I get
People
where that.
that Yoruba in the comment section will understand what I'm saying. When a woman gives birth
Mm.
and the mother wants to talk about it, Omani, the woman will be saying a minimum dejele olori. It literally is saying, I'm the one that poured blood on your head.
From you, yeah.
Do you know
And
what blood is? Blood is life.
God is life, and that's
Blood
why,
is your essence.
and,
Blood
and,
is
and
everything. We are talking deeply now.
and that's why God said, "The blood of this person has cried unto me." When
So
he killed the brother,
I
Bl-
don't understand.
speak.
It
It's
is it is by blood, yeah, that the whole world was saved from the sins of this world. The blood of Jesus Christ, the same way that sin entered the world. You
and
know.
I remember God even gave the devil permission twice. Remember, there was a hedge around his finances. He took that one, and I said, "Let me touch his health." God I said, "Okay, but don't kill him." You see, hey, if the devil had tried to kill Job, man, that's a different story altogether. God will not have that. They won't allow it. That's why when they say it's when you sin,
Let me say this question while we're rounding up. There was somebody else in the studio, but she's left now. Or did you fall out by mistake? Let me put the link back just for you to come back. My person that was in the studio, because I'm going to end now. We're almost done 2.5 hours.
okay,
Samolu said, "So what is God doing in heaven, allowing people to switch destiny? As long as person did not, give you poison or do you something, I can't use that word, shoot you, harm you physically, whatever happens to you is your own doing." If people like you and Samuel, if you're in Nigeria, people will use you as example. Honestly, if you talk like this outside, am I joking? They will use you to
I can,
test.
like they use for testing. Don't go and
They will
test.
use you for testing.
You
You're
know,
so lucky that you are abroad and you are talking like this.
but
If it's Niger, they
wait,
will take you to example.
and to be wait. He said it's not in the same Bible that he saw when God kept quiet and people were dying in Israel until they now came to him and cried and said, "Please help us." See, there are protocols to
You
this
dey
thing.
abroad, na make you dey talk like this.
There are protocols.
They go take you to example.
For this example,
Make they take you test to know whether by the
but
time they finish flogging you, wake up, all your body mark go full. You will see your body. You go to bed and sleep and wake up. You will see marks all over your body. Then you will know there is a spiritual world.
you
They
have
no
to
need to
understand
argue.
spirituality. And like I said, the world we have right now is modeled around that spirituality. It's kind of a mirror. You have authority. Do you understand? It's just for example, now you're saying, okay, like for example, you can have a woman now that is suffering, like maybe all these women that are coming that are victims, that they don't reach out to the government to help them against their abusive husband. They will not do anything for you until you open your mouth and say, "Help me. This is happening." Do you understand? So God will stand still sometimes, and these things are happening. He wants you to call upon it. Call upon me, and I will answer. He didn't say, "Oh, I've seen you. I'll help." Do you understand? He called
Thank you
upon
very
me
much.
and
Thank you. I appreciate you, my sister. Thank you very much. Yeah,
told
let me
them,
move on now because I want to end by you said quite a lot. Obviously, I can tell that you're a very spiritual person. Yes, so thank you very much for that comment. Pretty Coca, I say, may we not see the other side of the world. I mean, I am reading it in my head in Yoruba. Kayema Muwa. That's I'm reading it in my head. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end in a minute. Angela, I think it was you that was in the comment. You were here before, right?
Yes, yes, Auntie
Oh,
B.
okay.
Good
All right. I'm glad
evening.
you came
Thank you
back.
for bringing me back.
Yes, welcome.
Ah,
I saw you went off. I was like, oh my
yeah.
gosh,
I
who
was
is that
kicked
person
off
now?
from the network.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Yeah.
Where are you joining
Good
us from?
evening, everyone. I love that caller. Don't laugh, Taya. And
Which
he's
one?
really, really wise. She's wise.
Oh,
She's
the last
wise. Yeah.
caller. Oh,
Yeah.
she
That
sounds
caller,
like a very
na
spiritual woman.
fire. And everything
Mm.
where she talk, na true. But as I did platform here, since when did you begin? I never hear anybody wey talk say in grandpapa na babalawo. Now there you go take no say this thing where we talk, this topic, now real. If you
Mm.
like, you take it. If you like, leave it. Until it go reach you, now you go know. Say they exchange destiny. But as the God bring the people where they do he bring people where they kill too.
Mm-hmm.
It's always left and right. The people where they do wicked there, the people where they do right there. So I believe, say, there's something very deep going through this family. I know before this woman, person like this, go just wake up. You know, mad now, a normal person. There's something going on. But what I want to say, I will use myself a little bit, then I will now add to the end of it. My own self, I was from a family that my grandpapa, make I use pidgin, na babalawo in B.
Okay.
Then he come marry 27 wives.
Oh my
As I
goodness.
did so, I don't know all my people finish, and I don't even want to know. Then the woman will come born my papa, now the last wife, you can imagine. Then he come born 9 on top.
Out
That
of
altogether,
27.
children don't reach 70 something.
Now village
Grandchildren don't reach 100 and something.
Now village na be.
Me, I be Calabar, so you know, and he was also a king. So and as in day, he gets everything, both good and bad. If he make person mad, if he conjure anything, this one no be say, they tell you can witness it on your eyes. You see am koro for eye. You waka like this, nothing do you. They can even trap you down so that you go can't reach there. You no go know. So, although now they don't adopt me comot because now so God want am. Now so God do my own side because I don't wish myself say I for still there for that kind of family.
Right.
So as I come dey small, from 9 years, they come dey look me say, me I no resemble anybody for the whole entirely family. If I dey look you, I go tell who you be and I go hate you. Then they can't carry me go all this my papa and my mama, they can't carry me go say, be like say, as this man can't die, be like say he don't do wicked for the whole everybody, make people can't dey, because nobody agree to can't represent him. Everybody japa, because to represent that man, let me say you go carry plenty blood for hand. Everybody japa. Now they come, they say, okay, make we pack. They pack us, all of us come off for village, come they go inside town, Calabar town. Now so we did. But some churches now, they review many things where you know, where you know, and some are false. They will brainwash you. So they they brainwash my real papa and my real mama. Now they can't carry me, go type me, say I don't mad. As I did on 9 years, as I dey mad, I dey tell them say I no mad.
They say you mad at 9 years old.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now so
serious.
Now so it was very serious. They tell me say I don't mad because I dey tell, because of waiting I dey talk. I feel tell you waiting go come. Nah, and they go show me because of the way I did. And me, I no come for the whole my papa house. Nobody they wear trouser, and I me they wear trouser. Nobody they perm hair, and I me they perm hair. Everything we no exist, never for that household. Now me they do am. Now they come as they carry me. Now so one, God give me energy. I can't carry myself, come out, go police station. Now so I can't go make report. This thing don't say when I dey small, I be 37 years now. So now police come say, okay, as soon as they abuse this speaking no one day. I was afraid I no one day for this family again. They call one woman from nowhere. Now be my mama till today. I'm adopted by this woman. So I carry a different name now as I did. Now the woman can't adopt me, come out, then I can't dey. The family still exists, but waiting I want to tell people say, anything when they tell you about spiritual is real. Believe me, or don't, if you like, don't believe me, it's real. So but the only thing I see say, if anybody know this woman, make it tell her, make it come out. No need to stay for Niger with this kind of certificate where she carry. No need the kind degree where she carry. People now everywhere abroad, they find doctors. No need to stay for this kind of family. But for mother to love one and maybe
sound
does
like
not pay, or she does not pay attention.
They're supposed to collect her medical certificate because of say she dey talk, say mama na Winch, say he's switching destiny. Say person wey fit dey talk like that no even deserve to be doctor. You know as they do am. Samoluna, why they always disagree with you when it comes to spiritual thing?
No.
You don't know how he's doing her.
Spirituality is real.
So
is
leave
very,
her
very
alone. You
real.
don't
Wait
know what
until
she's
you come
going
from the
through.
family or you relate to someone that is from that spirit, where spirit they worry for that
Now,
family, then
person
you will know.
when person say something they pain them, you tell and say no, it's not paying you. Now, person when they say something they pain them, now you know what they pain them. In they talk and say they do them.
Yeah,
So now
of
she
course.
know she's the one that knows what she's going through. You understand? It's not for us to say, oh, she's lying or she's making it up or
She
maybe
know
she's
Grace
dead.
now. How person go
You
go
don't
born
know her
out?
life. She knows what she's going through.
Yeah.
So you never know.
So what I
So
want
it's
to
okay.
say is that I believe, for me, I believe there's something going on. I strongly believe, because I know the country we are coming from. All of us, the Niger, we know
There's a
waiting they
lot
have
of evil
saw.
in that country, my dear. Evil
And
too much for the
I
land.
will give my credit to the last caller. I don't blow everywhere. No need. You don't need to talk anything again, because as she talk and say, if you have a relative blood, anything that has to do
Please, I'm
with
not
blood
talking to you
and
again. I don't
sex and
tire. You don't
anything,
stress me too much today. I beg, leave me.
I'm
You're having
telling
a
you
laugh in the
so.
comment section, but now they stress me. I don't tire. Thank you, Angela. Jare. I
Auntie
hope you're
B,
okay
let me
now.
allow you to go and rest.
Let me go and rest. I beg, I get
Yeah.
work tomorrow. Thank you so
Okay.
much, my dear. All right, I'm going to call it a day today. It's been a very long day for me. Thank you, everybody. Chloe, your connection is not good. And until next time. Thanks, everybody. I hope you learned one or two things. I'm a bit sad that the spiritual aspect of it is being trivialized and people are making mockery in the comment section. To be honest, I'm not happy about it. Even if you don't believe in it, allow people to say their own experience, because you don't know who is listening. You don't know who will learn. And unfortunately, it's also overtaking the whole conversation. And I remember when I started, I talked about different aspects of it. But it seems like it's only the spiritual aspect of it that, some people are just capitalizing on and, making a mockery of, which is not quite nice. Honestly, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that you should make a mockery of it. It's not nice. Okay, we talked about mental health. Is there mental health issues involved with this lady? And our blooming room said something about how she might not be married, and we know how in Nigeria how that can impact on a single woman. If she's 50, she's not married. Somebody in the comment section actually said that. Um, somebody in the comment section actually said that she had malaria, and since then it's affected her her mental health. I don't know if it's possible, if there's a correlation between malaria and mental health. I don't know. We are all speculating, you know. And we talked about sibling rivalry as well. And we also talked about jealousy and favoritism with parents. Okay. And we also used the opportunity to talk to parents. Please, if you have more than one child, do not show favoritism. Even if they come to ask you, trust me, they can come and say, Mom, Dad, who do you love more? Tell them I love you all equally. Never ever show that you love one more than the other, because the consequences is not always good. Also, there is an aspect of it that we're talking about, which is entitlement. Could this be entitlement whereby she's saying, oh, my mom didn't help me to pay the bill. I'm owing some money. She didn't help me to pay. If it's Mercy, maybe she should have helped Mercy. Nobody is saying that what she did is right by going to go and raise down her mom's house. That's never right. Two wrongs don't make a right. But we don't know what this woman is going through. We don't know what, if this is an act of insanity, for instance, then she will not be jailed. She will not go to jail. Not be that Nigeria. She will walk and she will still in practice. You don't know what her circumstances is. But in all things, the final aspect that we looked at, can this be karma visiting the mother? Remember, unfortunately, which is not something that anybody prays for anybody to happen to them, the fact that one of Mercy Aigbe'S sister passed 2 years ago. So, and another one don't raise a house now. Could this be karma? There are so many possibilities. But we don't know. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't know something, don't make a declaration like you are an authority. You can only speak about what you know. Now she know what she's been through. She's the one that knows the fire that is burning her. She's the one that knows what they've told her. She's the one that knows whatever revelation. She said something about how the Holy Spirit revealed something to her about her mother. If somebody say, Mama, na Winch, now you won't come to say, Mama, no be, now your mama. How you take no? So we don't know. But at the end of the day, it's all about taking the lessons from it. And, people should do better. Mhm. They should do better, especially if you are parents. But all I know in summarizing this whole show is that as a parent, you have authority. Temiti, if you remember, that's why people started preaching in Yoruba land that people shouldn't, because Yoruba mothers, some of them in the olden days used to be, oh man, shake pay for our mom. Anytime they want to talk, they'll be placing curses on them. And then people's lives started turning out according to those curses. Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And especially what a parent says over their child, oh my sheni, it will happen, whether you like it or not. If you like, say you're not spiritual, it's anti-bio, why is America, why Nigeria not switch to America and all those kinds of silly comments. What I know is that God has given you power as a parent to say something concerning your issues, as Yoruba would say, issues that come out of you, and it will happen. So watch what you say concerning your children. Speak positive over their life. Even if you don't, they anger you, they say do things that don't make you happy. Never ever say any negative confession over your children, because God has given you authority. And that's why that our sister that is deeply spiritual. And I can tell when I see people that are spiritual, I just know. That's why she was saying something like, life is more spiritual than physical. And in the kingdom of darkness is always mimicking the things that happen in the kingdom of light. Kayema muwa. Kayema muwa. That is my prayer for all of you, both those who believe and those who don't believe. Kayema muwa, because if somebody is suffering under the shackles of satanic oppression, you won't have mouth to be talking all these things. It is well. Like they said, the Bible says that the spiritual things are foolishness unto the average person. So it might sound foolish, it might sound like, what's she talking about? I'm not an authority, I'm not a pastor, I'm not a woman of God. I'm just saying from my own little spiritual understanding that life is very spiritual. Let us be careful. And please, once they are talking about things that are spiritual, if you don't believe in it, it's better for you not to say anything out of respect for those who believe. It is better, instead of you to say, oh, it's not true, it's not possible, and you say things like to make people's beliefs seem like it's rubbish. It's not good. It's not good. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here today. I appreciate you. Please, if you've enjoyed the conversation and the callers that have called in and everything they said and the lessons that we learned, please give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Have a very good evening. God bless you. Have a good afternoon. And I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye, guys. I'm back on Sunday. We have a situation where somebody doesn't want to make a mistake in the choice they are going to make, right? She's asking for advice. Okay? So, you know how in divorce court, they used to say before the vows, we're always doing Mongo Park shows, right? So this one is she going to enter Mongo Park situation? And I'm talking about physical and, attraction and sexual attraction. And she give us the whole story, basically, about what happened. Let's come and advise an Obodo fam so that she doesn't fall into what can potentially be a Mongo Park situation. If it's something that you guys feel like, because she's asking for advice, if it's something that will be beneficial for her, you think the relationship can work, let's just advise her so that we can save a sister. God bless us. Thank you very much, everybody. See you on Sunday night. Love you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Oluremi Kafo, thank you very much. God bless you. Amaye, God bless you. Bye, guys. Temiti, I see you. Ify, I'm just seeing you now. Kedu, take care, my darling. Have a good evening. Bye.